The following program is a production of the Falmouth Commodores who assume full responsibility for its content. The content of this program does not represent the views of Falmouth Community Television, which serves as a forum for community expression and offers TV training, production facilities, and channel time to all Falmouth residents and organizations. Falmouth taking on Yarmouth. Dennis. Open door
Commodores
right
baseball returns to Gov Fuller Field on this Sunday night as Falmouth gets set to play host their interdivision rivals, the YD Red Sox. For opening the door, I'm Farrell Hudson alongside Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman. Tim, Commodores looking to rebound after a loss last night, one that was a little bit unfortunate to the Wareham Gatemen.
Definitely one you want to forget about, a 14-2 loss against Wareham, and nothing was going from the start. 13 runs in the first 3 innings, 10 coming in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So there was really no chance after that. It's tough to go into a game and keep going out and putting up good at-bats. They end up getting mercy ruled after 7 in that one.
Andrew, for the Commodores tonight, it's about just returning back to the basics that worked so well earlier this week.
Yeah, the 4-game win streak came to an end last night, but Falmouth has now seen what it can do as an offense and as a group. Jack Dom had everybody in the right direction, and everybody was really buying into doing the small stuff and doing it correctly. The bunt game, movement on the base pass, clean fielding. Clean fielding has been something Falmouth has been able to do all year, but it was just a night of maybe just off. That happens sometimes. It's the peaks and valleys of a baseball season, and Falmouth now knows what one of its peaks looked like. So I have no doubt that they can get back to that level that they showed in the win streak.
Commodores are 5-2 in their last 7 games, Tim, and while they can't clinch tonight, they're still knocking on the door.
And they were really close to clinching yesterday. They would have put themselves in a spot today to clinch with a win yesterday over Wareham. Instead, they do have to wait until Tuesday, but with a win today, you would put yourselves 1 win away from getting back to the playoffs for the first time since 2023.
Andrew, for the YD Red Sox, a tough loss to their division rivals, 5-1 to the Brewster Whitecaps last night.
And the Whitecaps dominated in every facet of the game like they've done over the last couple of weeks. They are now I think the hottest team on Cape Cod offensively and defensively. But for YD, the second straight game that they've been held to just 2 hits. They're not maybe the YD of the long win streak and the insane start to the summer that they had, but they're still a very solid ball club, and both of these teams, not just YD, are going to be looking to get themselves up off the mat and right back into the fight. Both of them have a chance to do it today.
The ebbs and flows of a baseball season, as always. The Boston Red Sox in a peak, the YD Red Sox in a bit of a valley, Tim.
Yeah, well, I am a big fan of the Red Sox being a peak, the big Red Sox fan here. But YD has struggled recently. You go back to the beginning of July. They had a 10-point lead over Brewster. That is down to 2 after their loss yesterday. And the main reason why is you look at their offense, it just hasn't been as good recently. They have the fewest hits on the Cape over the last week, and they have the worst slugging percentage on the Cape over the last week as well. Offensively, you got to be better to compete with the best teams on the Cape.
So offensively not good enough, but Andrew, the pitching staff has kept them afloat.
Yeah, before their skid that they're on right now after those 2-hit performances by the offense, the pitching staff looked really, really solid. 3 straight shutouts, and a team that has had pitching and an excellent run differential all year. Maybe the pitching not to the level that they had at the start of the year, but it's still really tremendous, and they should be able to lean on that with one of their best arms remaining on the bump today against Falmouth.
Important pitching matchup also tonight, Tim, in store.
Yeah, for Commodores, it's going to be Brady Chambers, an opener today, so not something we've seen often, but he has had a solid start to his season in 2 1/3, 2 appearances, has a 3.8 ERA, and for the YD Red Sox, it's Rhett Vaughn, and he's been fantastic all season long. 9 appearances, an ERA at 1.26 in 14 1/3. So good matchup today between these two guys.
The YD Red Sox looking to rebound tonight, Andrew. Who's a player that's going to help them try and do it?
I'm going to go with Jace Tharnish, Jace Tharnish, a second-year Red Sox. Hit over 300 with him last summer, and back in, he started out his 2026 summer a little bit slow, hitless in his first couple of games. Got the only run batted in of the game last night against Brewster. Had a great spring at the University of Kentucky, and his bat might be one that's heating up for YD.
With the litany of success the Commodores have achieved this past week, Tim, kind of tough to have one player, but if it is one player, who's it going to be?
Yeah, I got Tommy Harrison, a guy that has been red hot recently with the Doors, and ever since he has stepped foot on the Cape, has been a doubles machine. 4 doubles in his last 6 games. That leads the entire Cape Cod Baseball League, so we'll see if he can get more extra base hits. He also had the last home run by a Commodore just a couple of days ago.
Hit it out in the top of the third inning against Hyannis on Friday night. Commodores and Red Sox for the fourth and final time this season, all coming up at 6 p.m. on Cape League TV.
We welcome you into a windy Falmouth, Massachusetts on a day where the Falmouth Commodores could end a painful drought. With just 6 games to go in the Cape Cod Baseball League season, Falmouth takes on Yarmouth Dennis for the final time this season, and with a win and a Catuit loss, the Doors can clinch a playoff berth for the first time since 2023. So we welcome you into our broadcast booth. Timmy Weiss alongside Andrew Hillsman, Farrell Hudson with us down on the sideline as well. And the Commodores with an opportunity to do something that has not happened in a really long time, Andrew. And it all depends on what Catuit does, but a big opportunity nevertheless.
It's been long awaited for these fans and this organization with all new at the helm this year. That was a theme to start 2026. A new manager, new president, new GM, everything pretty much new, save for a couple players. Obviously, new broadcasters, of course. But it's all a season of new, and it's been up and down, but Falmouth is on and up at the moment. And as we begin this broadcast, Orleans is up 3-0 on Catuit in the top of the 5th. So at some point tonight, it very well may be the case that Falmouth's fates are entirely in their own hands.
Right, it could be in Falmouth's hands, which is certainly a very exciting thing. Yesterday, though, was
not as exciting.
Not as exciting for the Commodores. They were on a 4-game win streak, which was the first time since 2024. But yesterday, that momentum was killed in a very tough game against Wareham.
Yeah, it was a tough one, and just the walks really were the difference in yesterday's game. You tallied up, if you're Falmouth, it was just too many free passes in the early stages, and the offense never really had a chance to get itself going. By the end of the second inning, there was a 3-spot put up by Wareham in that second frame, and then a 10-run third inning, which put the Commodores to bed. After that point, it was kind of just, all right, let's just get to the 7th inning and go on to tomorrow. But the best part about summer ball, and the part that Jack Dahm has stressed to us all year long, and I'm sure he's stressed to the guys in the clubhouse as well, is that you get to play another game tomorrow, and you don't get time to dwell on it for as long as maybe you would after a loss like that in the spring and in the college season. So you really have no time to think about it. It's just back on the horse.
Sure do, and you have a game against YD coming up today, and well, they've had the Commodores' number in the couple of games they've played this season. Falmouth is 0-3 against Yarmouth Dennis, but it's a matchup that has not happened in a really long time. July 1st was the last time these two teams matched up, and it was here at Gov Fuller Field. But since then, I mean, both rosters have changed a ton.
Totally different, Timmy. These are two totally, completely different teams, save for a couple of key pieces, than when the last time these two teams faced off. Like you said, July 1st, it was an 8-1 victory for the Red Sox, who had an astounding month of June. They've returned to earth over the last couple of weeks, really after the All-Star break. They lost a lot of their pitching just before Fenway Day, just before July 4th, and they've become human, but they're still one of the best teams, if not the best team, on the Cape. It's a tall task for Falmouth, but YD as well over the last couple of games. Falmouth, a bad one last night. YD, not great efforts in each of their last two. A 4-run loss last night in a crucial game against Brewster. Brewster just had that game controlled every facet, and then you go back, you rewind 2 nights ago, YD got waxed against Chatham. They were held to just 2 hits for the second consecutive night, got beat by 8. So YD and Falmouth, both teams that are looking to pick themselves up off the mat tonight.
And there's a lot on the line for Yarmouth Dennis as well today. They're just 2 points ahead of Brewster in the first spot of that East Division. That was a gap that was 10 points at the beginning of July. So really seen a lot of changing in the standings recently. I mean, for Falmouth, just a couple of days ago, back on Tuesday, Falmouth was 4 points ahead of Wareham for the last place position, and now they're in a spot where they could clinch a playoff spot. So it's pretty amazing how the standings can change so much. And for Falmouth recently, it wasn't yesterday, but the offense has just been a lot better recently.
Yeah, Timmy, they've been clicking. I mean, it all kind of came to a head on, what was that? That was Wednesday, Thursday?
Friday against Hyannis. I know
the days are really
days
blending
are really
together.
tough
It's
to pay
the
attention to.
Second
on
to
the
last week. Oh, goodness. But no, the Hyannis game was a thriller of a time to watch if you're a Falmouth fan. I mean, 21 hits is a pretty astounding number. And it was not extra base hits, not big swings, but just singles that piled on and made the game and that lead insurmountable for the Harbor Hawks. And for that sort of game to happen at this point in the regular season is, I think, really, really important for Falmouth because they know what they're capable of. They know what they can do at the plate, and it's just about finding that balance and getting everything clicking once again. And that's you got a chance to do that here tonight.
Certainly do. Falmouth and Yarmouth Dennis. We'll take a quick step aside as we take a look at our first pitch of tonight.
Leo dreams of interning for the team one day. He plays first base and outfield for his home team.
Okay, welcome back to Gov Fuller Field. Falmouth taking on Yarmouth Dennis in the game 35 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season. We take a look at the YD lineup today. Leading off Jake Souders, and then through the next couple of guys, you get Kevin Takeuchi in the 4 spot. Tommy Gooden, who has been a stud for YD all season long, goes in the 4-5 spots. And then Brock Kettleson, a guy you see on both the mound and in the field, he bats 8th, and rounding out the lineup, it's Dante Vacchini, for YD.
Yeah, the ability for Tommy Gooden to be as strong of a hitter as he has been all year is nothing short of incredible. He's slugging above 400. He has 3 home runs, 19 runs batted in, the 19 RBI, lead Yarmouth Dennis by 4. Jake Souders, the next guy in that leaderboard, and he's tied for the most home runs. He, Cerna, and Vacchini all have 3 long bombs at, yes, a hitter-friendly ballpark at Red Wilson Field, but still, they've got good power, and they've been a solid group all year long. You don't win as many games in June as you do if you don't have the ability to hit the ball real well.
Certainly, and this is a YD team that offensively over the whole season has topped the Cape in almost every single category, and that has changed recently a little bit, but you take a look at the Falmouth Commodores pitcher today, and it is Brady Chambers, the right-handed pitcher.
Chambers is going to be the opener today as Falmouth going with a bullpen game today. They threw a lot of guys that really hadn't thrown in a while yesterday, and now they can get some of their best bullpen arms some good run today. Chambers, a tall right-hander out of Western Springs, Illinois. A 6.81 ERA in college, but he's been really solid in his small sample size with the Commodores this summer. He's 1 strikeout and 2 2/3 innings pitched. He's been really tremendous, and his stuff has translated really well from his summer that he's had with the Kenosha Kingfish. Earlier, before he came to Falmouth, had a sub-2 or sub-150 ERA in the Northwoods League.
A guy that is trying to silence the bats of Yarmouth Dennis, and recently, that is something that teams have been able to do. YD with just 4 hits over the last 2 games, both 2 yesterday and also on Friday. The Commodores offensively have been great trying to keep it going, but yesterday was not the game that the Doors were looking for. So now it's about figuring out how to bounce back, seeing if you can go out there and do a great job of bouncing back. It's not easy to do
It's
when
not.
there's so many games in the season, and to just come back from a game like it was yesterday is certainly a tough task.
And you can't allow it to take too long either, because then if you start dropping a couple of games in a row, then you start to be a little bit concerned about where your team stands. But that's just one game, and I think Falmouth is a team that is really tired of those losing streaks. They've had a couple of tough sledding runs this summer so far, and I think this team and this group of guys that are on the doors right now, they're playing with a little bit of bite. They're playing with some passion. They're playing good baseball. They're playing for each other. And it looks like they're having fun out there too.
Right. It seems like other than the game yesterday, it really was a different energy that we've seen since the All-Star break. Falmouth is currently 4-2 since the All-Star break last weekend, but this is the 7th game in 7 days for Falmouth. A couple of the other teams on the Cape haven't had to play as many as the Doors, so the first pitch is coming up to Jake Souders, who leads it off from the right side. Chambers sets and fires. It's outside, and we are underway. Game 35 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season.
On the umpires today, Michael Chukerman behind the plate. At first base, Jeff Merzell. Brendan Murphy at third.
It's right at the middle and caught by Chambers. Okay, that's a way to start a game. He was ready to go.
And the bat broke too, my goodness. Well, we'll have a look at the Falmouth Commodores defense. Maybe the best play that we're going to get all day made by Brady Chambers. But it's Carter White, Fabio Peralta, Gavin Greger in the outfield. They're always a fun crew to watch. Then around the horn, Braden Jeffries, Matthew Farner, Jeff Luigi, and A.J. Putty with Dallas Brooks doing the catching behind the dish tonight. That was a crazy play. That's one of those subconscious, quick reaction plays. It ends in and out. That's all that matters.
Chambers a tall guy as well. That was just over his head. First pitch in there for a strike to Phoenix Call. Chambers at 6'6", 215. He's a big guy.
It's going to be so important for Falmouth as a group of pitchers today. They're going to use a lot of guys today. They all need to fill up the zone.
Phoenix Call, rising senior at UCLA, down in an 0-2 hole. He's been with YD all season long in 31 games, hitting .233, no home runs, and 10 RBIs. Chambers deals in the dirt, blocked by Dallas Brooks. Seeing changing of catchers over these last couple games,
right.
Kind of split between Dallas Brooks and Mark Gialusi. Seen a lot of catchers this season for Falmouth as well. Jimmy Nugent, Riley Jackson.
J.J. Kennett as well. Kennett has one of the best pop times I've seen. He wasn't a big guy. He was pretty small as catchers go, but defensively he was the best. Some of the best I've seen out here.
2-2 count to call. Chambers fires, fouled away. Falmouth against Yarmouth Dennis this season is 0-3 and have been outscored 17-5. But this is the first matchup since July 1st. It's been a while. It's lined into left field, drops down for a base hit from Call. He's rounding first, and he's going towards second. It's dropped by White for a second. The throw's not in time, and it is a double for Phoenix Call.
Well, a good swing that time from Call, but just White maybe rushed himself a little bit. Maybe he got a bad hop out there in the outfield. I wouldn't be shocked by that at all. But now it's just going to be a matter of recording outs and not allowing free passes to pile up. That's what decimated Falmouth pitching yesterday, the free passes, the hit by pitches. And they can't allow that to be the case today.
Jace Tarnas comes up with a runner in scoring position. First pitch is outside, and it's 1-0. Tarnas, a rising junior at Kentucky. In his 3 games this season, hitting 91 and has 1 RBI. Big spot here with 1 down. Chambers sets and throws. Strike 1.
And for Chambers, his ability to fill up the zone so far has impressed me. He's not dancing around guys, and he'll need to keep that consistent throughout tonight's game.
Chambers throws. And strike 2. 1-2 count on Tarnish. Phoenix Call's double was just the third double by Yarmouth Dennis in the last week. They have struggled to get extra base hits over this recent stretch. Payoff pitch is fouled away.
That's just not a sentence that I think anybody expected to be saying about YD, especially
Certainly
if
not
back in
early
June.
in the
I mean,
season.
they were far and away. I think if you looked at every single metric there's ever been in the game of baseball, I think YD would probably lead it if you were looking back in June.
It was
a meteoric
really
start.
Incredible what they did to
Yeah.
start the season. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 to Jace Tarnas. Orleans is currently up 3-0 over Catuit in the top of the 6th. A reminder that if Catuit loses and Falmouth wins, the Doors clinch the playoffs. It's flied out into right field, sits up for Gregor, tagging is call, the throw is cut off to third base, and there's 2 down.
Well, it does a good job there. Tarnish playing some good team baseball, getting that ball out into right field. Good swing. And now Takeuchi with a big chance to put on the first run of the game here.
Kevin Takeuchi, a rising senior at Southern California. Also a guy that has been around all season for the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. And it's
he balked.
Gonna be a balk. Slips off the mound. It was a weird balk. You don't often see them really come all the way towards home.
I think he just
But
slipped
he
on
just
his left
slipped,
foot. Yep.
and he couldn't get the throw off. So it's a balk, and that means Phoenix Call takes home plate, and Yarmouth Dennis up 1-0 in the top of the first. 2 down.
Just unfortunate.
So the double ends up being very costly as there's 1 run across. First pitch strike to Takeuchi. Takeuchi, 2 home runs on the season and 13 RBIs, hitting .238. He led USC in RBIs, doubles, and walks. One is low, and it's 2-1. Falmouth's last game out was a 14-2 loss to Wareham. A game that the Doors didn't really have much going on. Lined into center field for a base hit by Takeuchi. And Yarmouth Dennis already has 2 hits, the same number of hits they had in each of their last 2 games.
Well, Chambers he's thrown strikes, he's given pitches to hit, but just maybe some stuff too far over the zone, too far over the heart of the plate, and he's been punished so far.
Brings up Tommy Gooden, a guy that's been reliable for Yarmouth Dennis all season long. First pitch is line foul just above the YD dugout. Currently in the standings, Falmouth is technically third place, although they have more points than Hyannis. Hyannis has a couple games in hand as it's flied out towards left field. White sits under it, makes the play, and that will end the top of the first. YD up 1-0 against Falmouth as they capitalize. And we take a quick look at Milton Cat, proud to power the Cape all summer long. We will be right back.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team, the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Plenty of game to go at Gov Fuller Field. Let's take a look at the Falmouth Commodores lineup. Fabio Peralta leads it off. Braden Jeffries behind him. Carter White, Tommy Harrison, Matthew Farner, Jeff Luigi. We've been seeing this top 6 of the lineup for quite a bit now for the Commodores, really establishing it towards the end of the season, and then rounding out the lineup, Gavin Greger, A.J. Putty, and Dallas Brooks. And now let's take a look at the Yarmouth Dennis starting pitcher today. It's Rhett Vaughn.
Yeah, Rhett Vaughn has been one of the best arms for YD in a bullpen with a litany of really good arms. He's a right-hander out of Florida State, where he's number 29. He's been tremendous this year. 14 1/3 innings, 22 strikeouts, whip below 1, and only 6 hits allowed and just 2 runs. And only 5 walks. He fills up the zone, and he gets the K, and he's going to need to do that against this Falmouth lineup.
It's a big challenge today for the Doors against Vaughn, but an offense that has been rolling, and Peralta at the plate, he's been a big part of it. On the season, Peralta hitting .248 and has played in more games than any Commodore, 30 games this season. 2-0 on Peralta, 2 straight balls from Vaughn.
Yeah, to get out of that top of the first, just allowing the 1 on an unfortunate mistake with the balk is really huge.
And it's 3-0 on Peralta.
All of these missing right around the zone, too.
It was a balk by Brady Chambers in the top of the first that ended up scoring Phoenix Call. That one finally catches a piece of the zone, and it's 3-1 on Peralta. Peralta, rising junior at Miami. He flies it out towards left field. It's going foul, and it's a full count on Peralta. Feels like every time Peralta is up, he somehow gets it to a full count.
Yeah, he's really good at working counts, and he works the ball the other way really well as well. He's able to draw walks, and that's elite speed as well.
Payoff pitch. Fouled back.
Yeah, this is really high-quality stuff. And Vaughn, a fastball, pretty standard for the Cape. Lots of vertical ride on it. It dives up. He's a very high arm slot pitcher and right in the low mid-90s.
Payoff pitch again is fouled.
So good.
Peralta yesterday did not have a hit against Wareham. He was pulled out of the game early. 0 for 2 with a strikeout, but has 2 hits in 3 of his last 6 games. The pitch, same thing, foul backwards.
4 straight. This is going to be a 9-pitch at bat. If Falmouth wants to get to the YD bullpen early, this is the way to do it at bats like these.
Here it is, and it's lined into right field, drops down for a base hit. What an at-bat by Fabio Peralta to start the game. The Doors have a base runner on with no one out.
Yeah, if that at-bat doesn't get you fired up about good baseball, I don't know what does. And at-bats like that, that'll be tough for the YD pitching today, but it will be tough for the defense too, which looks like this. Jake Souders, Jace Tarnish, and Dante Vicchini man the outfield. Then it's Kevin Takeuchi, Reed Howard. Phoenix Call's been a stud all year, and then Tommy Gooden with his power bat at first base. It's Mateo Cerna behind the dish.
Braden Jeffries, the 2-hitter for the Commodores, up at the plate. First pitch, in there for strike 1. Jeffries, a rising junior at Michigan, and since he has stepped foot on Cape Cod, has taken it by storm. Yesterday, though, ended his 14-game hit streak and also a 19-game on-base streak for
Every
Jeffries.
game he had played, he'd reached base. It was a ridiculous streak. It had to end at some point. We were all asking, it can't go on like this.
It couldn't. It really, I mean, it was truly impressive stuff. Cuts and misses, and it's 0-2. But on the season, hitting .354.
Yeah, still a
with 12
tremendous
RBIs
season.
in 20 games.
And so good in the field, too.
A Gold Glover at Michigan.
We sing his praises a lot on this broadcast, but it's easy to.
Pitch is outside. A fake throw by the catcher, Mateo Cerna. Keeping Peralta ready on first base. Fabio, a fantastic base stealer. 17 stolen bases, which is tied for first on Cape Cod. Pitch is swung on and missed by Jeffries. He goes down swinging. That's the first out at the bottom of the first. You can tell that Cerna is ready to throw down whenever.
He wants to show that arm off for sure. And he's probably going to get a chance to. Falmouth usually likes to attempt a stolen base every once in a while. They started out with a ton of speed in this lineup, and they've lost some of that speed. Pearson Reebok is gone. He had a lot of stolen bases. But Peralta has stayed throughout the whole year. Look at the caught stealing percentage across the entire league. Yarmouth Dennis is a team that does not throw out a lot of runners, only a 16% caught stealing rate.
First pitch to Carter White is flied foul down the left side. White, another player that's coming in, been a big spark plug for this offense. In 15 games, hitting .323 with 13 RBIs, 1 home run. That was back on Monday against Brewster. It's high, and it's 1-1. The Commodores are not a team that oftentimes beat you with the long ball.
No, not at all.
10 home runs on the season, which is the second fewest on Cape Cod. But they do have 2 in the last 6 games. Strike 2 on White.
And even though they play at a pretty hitter-friendly ballpark, Yarmouth Dennis has only allowed 10 home runs on the season, which is the second best mark on all of Cape Cod. Bourne the best with 7 allowed.
Bourne has also hit the fewest home
That's
runs. This one's flied out towards the right side. Cerna ranges over. He can't grab it. Off the back of the dugout.
Yep. I think it landed in the bleachers, too.
It's a chillier night in Falmouth. Good gust of wind, but still a lot of fans out in the bleachers, including today, 4 more games at Gov Fuller Field in the regular season. Check back on Peralta. Wow, that was close.
That was very close, yep. I don't think, Peralta is stamping out his feet trying to get some of the mud out from under his cleats. He didn't get a good hop back to first base.
Rustin Rigdon and Colin Larson are the only two other players on the Cape that have as many stolen bases as him. Another throwback. Carter White at the plate, a rising redshirt junior at Mississippi State. Transferred over from North Florida after a great season there. Had 11 bombs this spring. 1-2, big cut and a miss. He goes down swinging. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Rhett Vaughn, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, the strikeout stuff is not usually a strength of YD. Pretty average run-of-the-mill in strikeouts per 9, right at 4th in the league. But Falmouth, we've documented their strikeout troubles this season. It's been better over the last couple of weeks, as has pretty much every statistical trend.
First pitch off speed on Tommy Harrison, 82 miles per hour. Strike 1. Peralta still on first, 2 down. 1-0 YD over Falmouth. And Tommy Harrison, who is about one of the hottest hitters on the Cape right now, steps in. Another check back on Peralta. Already seen about 4 or 5 throws over. Harrison has stood out on the power front, 4 doubles in 6 games. Throw it down to second. Peralta's going. It is in time. Peralta gets snagged stealing, and that will end the bottom of the first. YD up 1-0 over Falmouth. We head to the second inning on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, a proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store, located at 147 T-Ticket Highway, and try a slice today.
Rolling along at Gov Fuller Field as we take a look at your weather today, and it is a little bit chillier of one. 69 degrees, but it feels like 67 with the wind. No, I'm actually a bit surprised. It feels like there's a little bit more of a gust. I think it's because it's coming in towards us, towards the press box.
It's a rare wind direction. The wind is blowing in here at the Gov, pretty much across the diamond here from left to right. And the keys for Yarmouth Dennis is you got to be selective at the plate. And they did a good job. The 2 hits in the first inning, and hunting the big inning is what is going to win them this ball game. The 1 run helps, but Falmouth has struggled to come back from big innings, especially early in games. I mean, 10 runs is 10 runs with Wareham last night, but even with the 3-run inning that they had in the bottom of the second, the Gatemen did, it was a little tough for Falmouth to get back into the game in the top of the third.
Plenty of time to come back today, down 1-0 in the top of the second. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you. Farrell Hudson down at the sideline later on. We are very glad you're joining us on a Sunday evening in Game 35 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season. Chambers deals to Cerna, and it's right through the gap in left field for a single. No outs, and Cerna jumps on the first pitch.
Yeah, it was a hard-hit ground ball through the hole on the left side, and that's just a fastball that if it's going to be thrown in that location, it's got to have a little bit more zip on it against a hitter like Cerna, who's got 3 homers and 9 runs batted in on the year. That's just too far over the middle of the plate. But a single after that pitch is an okay result.
Falmouth has already allowed 3 hits today against YD. That's more than YD has had in each of their last 2 games. They've had just 4 in the last 2 games. Reed Howard comes up, the 7-hitter today for the Red Sox. Mateo Cerna on first base. Chambers deals, fouled back, and it's 0-2.
I would much prefer this than from Chambers. I'd much prefer this approach, filling up the zone and making the YD hitters beat you rather than offering them walks and hit by pitches. I like this a lot better.
Oh, 2 count. Chambers sets, deals, check swing. But the first base umpire, Jeffrey Merzel, says no, he did not offer. Goes to 1-2. Orleans and Katuitt is actually now tied at 3-3 in the top of the 7th. Katuitt was down 3-0. 1-2 pitch is low.
And Katuitt, a team as well that's playing for their playoff lives.
The West standings, Katuitt is just 2 points ahead of Wareham for last place. Katuitt 8 points back of Falmouth. Wareham 10 points back. 2-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Chambers strikes him out. Gets the first out at the top of the 2nd.
Well, a lot of the offerings in that at-bat, Timmy, were high fastballs or fastballs with a lot of spin on them, and they rode away from barrels. And that time he goes to a classic put-away pitch, a slider that is just below the bottom part of the zone, and it works to great effect after a fastball-heavy plate appearance.
In comes Brock Kettleson, a 2-way, both a hitter and a pitcher. It's way outside from Chambers, and it's 1-0. It's always cool to see these 2-way guys that can do it both out on the mound and at the plate. In there for strike 1, and it's 1-1 to Kettleson. Cerna still on first base after a leadoff single to start off the top of the 2nd. The 1-1. Line foul.
Timmy, I have to imagine that Paul Evans, the pitching coach for Falmouth, drilled filling up the zone into this staff. If it's any indication from what we've seen from Chambers early on in this game, that had to have been the post-game message yesterday and the pre-game emphasis this afternoon.
29 pitches and 19 strikes for Chambers. Just caught a piece from Kettleson. And yesterday, the Commodores pitching staff had 9 walks through 3 innings. That was all they had the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it put them in a position where they couldn't get anything going.
A couple of hit batters, too.
Those 10 runs that they allowed in the bottom of the 3rd yesterday were the most runs the Doors have allowed in an inning this season. There were 16 Wareham batters that came up to the plate. Pitch is low, and taking off for second base, Cerna easily gets in there. As the pitch went in the dirt, there was no throw that came down.
I thought Dallas Brooks was counting on a swing there from Brock Kettleson.
Right, it was a check swing, and the umpires do
Brendan
say
Murphy
he
says
didn't offer.
no swing.
So another runner at second base for YD with 1 down. Last inning, they got him in. What can they do this time? Got him. Looking, there was a check swing, but this time he didn't offer. It was just in there anyways. So that's back-to-back strikeouts for Brady Chambers, and there's 2 down.
I think he froze him just with a fastball at the bottom of the zone. Kettleson, I think, out of the hand, wrote that pitch off as one that was going to miss low, but it clipped the zone fully inside the strike zone. That's a great 2-2 pitch.
Dante Vecchini comes up to the plate. First pitch strike from Chambers. Vecchini, a rising junior at Cal Poly. In his 17 games, hitting .128, but has 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. It's line down the right field line, foul. Vecchini is known for his fielding out there. Made just 1 error all year at Cal Poly in the spring. He already has more home runs on the Cape than he did all spring. 0-2 is right at the shortstop. Farner throws over, and it's a scoop by A.J. Putty at first. Made it tough on him, but he makes a nice scoop with the backhand. Falmouth gets out of the top of the second with no damage ensuing. It's 1-0 YD over Falmouth as we head to the bottom of the second on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team, the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome you back to Gov Fuller Field. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you as the Commodores are down 1-0 to the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. And we take a look at the Falmouth keys to the game.
Yeah, I got to fill up the zone, and Brady Chambers has done a really good job of that through the first 2 innings of defensive work and pitching work for him today. I've been really impressed with Falmouth's ability to do that. But also, just forget about yesterday. It's a new day, new ball game. Jack Dom surely told him that, hey, it's a new day. Yesterday does not matter, it's just today. And it's a really good mindset to have after a game like that, but really just in general.
14-2 loss to Wareham, which was their biggest loss of the season, except for the other day. Brings up Tommy Harrison. Pitch is outside, and it's 1-1 on Harrison. He's been a guy that has been locked in all season long with the Commodores. Didn't get to finish his at-bat in the first. Cuts and misses, and it's 1-2. He was up when Fabio Peralta was caught stealing second base in the bottom of the first.
That pitch right there from Vaughn is going to be one of his best. If he can spot that changeup all day, watch out.
1-2, and Harrison swings and misses. He goes down, and there's 1 down in the bottom of the second.
3 straight strikeouts as well for Rhett Vaughn out there on the mound. Not too bad. The high fastball is humming right along. He's been really, really impressive through the first inning and a third.
3 straight strikeouts against the Commodores after Peralta singled to start the game. It's grounded by Farner right at Reed Howard on the run to first in time, and there's 2 down.
Wow, Reed Howard did a really good job. Got rid of the ball fast in that that play right there. Read it well. It's a pretty routine grounder, but he just zipped it over to first, made a great throw.
4 straight batters retired by Vaughn after Peralta reached, and 2 down after just a couple of pitches in this bottom of the second. Brings up Jeff Luigi. First pitch strike. Luigi, over the last week, is hitting .467, which is the 3rd highest on the Cape. Low, and it's 1-1. The only players that are better over that time is Blake Schaff and Bino Waters. But another guy who didn't have a hit yesterday against Wareham. The Doors had 4 overall. He's transferring over to Northwestern after 2 years at Duke. 1-2 pitch inside.
Hello.
Luigi had to bend backwards.
Good reactions there.
Luigi was saying that there is a big connection from Duke guys going over to Northwestern recently. He's going to be one of 4 guys that used to play with the Blue Devils. Brings up a full count with 2 down in the bottom of the second.
That sort of makes sense when you think about the type of schools that both of those institutions are. Very prestigious academic institutions, lots of smart people that go there.
Luigi included in that.
Yep.
3-2. Is grounded at the first baseman. Gooden runs over to first, taps it, and that will do it for the bottom of the second. 1-0 YD over Falmouth. We head to the 3rd inning on Cape League TV.
If you're a Massachusetts resident and don't have a bachelor's, you could be attending 4Cs for free, all while preparing for careers that actually move you forward. Aviation maintenance, nursing, dental, funeral service, we've got it all. capecod.edu/free.
Heading to Nantucket this summer? Skip the traffic and take to the skies with Cape Air. With convenient flights from Norwood to Nantucket, you can start your vacation sooner without the hassle of traffic. That way you spend more time relaxing and less time getting there. Experience the Cape Air difference and book your next flight today at capeair.com. Let Cape Air be your wings in the Northeast.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Life can be full of surprises, but Eastern Propane and Oil is always just a call away. With a local team member available 24/7, we're always ready to support you when you need it. With an Eastern Propane and Oil technician on the way, your family's comfort is our priority. Our local team, over 500 strong, ensures your home is comfortable and warm. Eastern Propane and Oil, a local team with 24/7 service and delivery, ensuring comfort when you need it most.
This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. A close game at Gov Fuller Field. We welcome you back, Timmy Weiss, alongside Andrew Hilsman and Farrell Hudson with us down on the sideline. You'll hear from him shortly in the middle of the 3rd. Brady Chambers is still out there on the mound, dealing for the Commodores.
It's a great sign. If you can get 3 innings out of him, this is probably going to be his last inning just because he is a reliever. He's listed as an opener today. But if you can get 3 innings, I think the expectation for openers is 2 or 3. Anything after that extra, but if you can get 3 innings, just the 1 run, that's not bad.
Gone through the lineup, so it brings up the top of the lineup, Jake Souders, who lined out back to Chambers to start the game. That was perhaps the best play we've seen so far today.
100%. Either that or the pick from A.J. Putty to end the top of the second, but I think that snag from Chambers was way better.
1-0. Fouled down the right field line. And that pick from Putty was extremely important because there's a runner on second in that situation. He misses that, and another run scores for Yarmouth Dennis. You're talking about a 2-0 game right now.
Yep. One
pitch is low and skips away from Brooks.
Good night for baseball. A little bit of wind. It's a little chilly, but I think still nice.
2-1. Jake Souders at the plate, a part of the first team All-SoCon Conference team. Originally from Birmingham, Alabama. He's a guy that got on base a whole lot, had a 32-game on-base streak this spring. And there he is with a walk. Gets on base to start the top of the third. And for the second straight inning, YD has their first base runner on.
And that walk is, of course, our free pass of the game presented by Cape Cod Community College. Go to Cape Cod Community College for free. Every program, no tuition or fees for those that qualify. Visit capecod.edu/free for more.
Brings up Phoenix Call with a runner on first. That's the first walk of the game. Squares up to bunt, pulls it backwards as it goes outside. Call, a part of a UCLA team that won the Big Ten Tournament Championship and was the 1 seed overall in the College Baseball World Series.
Shocking exit for them this year.
It's crazy how
Didn't make
that
it out
can
of the regional.
sometimes happen.
Yep.
YD still in position as the top team on the Cape, but only 2 points ahead of Brewster. Fouled back, and it's 1-1.
And Phoenix, of course, surely quite good friends with Rock Chalowski, who just got drafted a couple weeks ago, #1 overall, to the White Sox. He's far and away one of the best players in college baseball.
Call played with Yarmouth Dennis back in 2024 as well. It's in the dirt and blocked by Brooks.
Yeah, UCLA was 52-8 this year, and then to the postseason.
Lost twice to St. Mary's.
Yep.
Both by 1 run.
That's correct. The only win against Virginia Tech. All 3 of their games were one-run contests.
2-1 is low.
I think Kanyel Rosado starting to warm up for the Commodores in the bullpen.
Rosado pitched back on Thursday against Chatham. Had his best outing of the summer.
Looks good. He got the win.
His first of the season. 3-1 is chopped up the middle. Possible double play ball. Taps second and on to first. It can't be scooped by Putty. Gets away. And here comes call to second. The throw down. Is it in time? Yes, it is. The double play the hard way. And that is 2 down in the top of the third.
Well, I think Matthew Farner owes Dallas Brooks a big thank you, because that was Brooks holding that one together with, as any good catcher does, racing down the line to try and cover for that exact possibility. Farner did a good job to step on the bag, but then somehow Dallas Brooks was able to make a good throw back to second after the throw goes wide and gun him down. That was excellent.
Pitch comes in to Jace Tarnas. Swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
It's rarely you see the 6-2-6 double play.
Very rare. Yeah. Throw was on the money, though. 0-1 is grounded at Farner. Throws it on. It's off the ground. A couple of throws have been in the dirt from Farner. That time it couldn't be scooped by Putty.
Yeah. All of his throws have been low today.
And that was the only one that landed a little bit too far in front that Putty really didn't have a chance at that one. You know, the other ones have certainly been closer. And you know, Putty at first base, as a great defensive first baseman, can have a chance at scooping those. We'll see how they score that one.
That's E6, no doubt.
And here goes the runner towards first. Brooks throws down to second. The throw is not in time, and it's a stolen base for Jace Tarnish, and it's also strike one on Kevin Takeuchi.
Now this out becomes really crucial.
Another runner on second base for YD. This is the third straight inning they've done that. 2 down. Chambers throws. Flied out into right field, going towards the bleachers. And it's out of play.
Yeah, Gregor just a bit out of room. Got a good run after. Gregor has a really good first step to the baseball out there in right. Fun guy to watch work.
I've already seen 2 stolen bases by Yarmouth Dennis today. But an 0-2 count on Takeuchi. He can get out of it right here. Chambers throws. Line foul. YD has had 2 base runners this inning, but still 2 outs. It's outside and it's 1-2.
It's been fastball heavy again for Chambers against Takeuchi. Goes with the slider that time. Wanted to induce that swing and a miss. A good 0-2 pitch away.
Chambers now up to 50 pitches. We'll see how long his day lasts. 1-2 is grounded. Farner on the run, deep in shortstop hole. It's picked by Putty this time. Hello, a big scooperoo by A.J. Putty. And it's 1-0, Yarmouth Dennis over Falmouth. We go to the bottom of the third on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Field and Falmouth Commodores trail the Red Sox 1-0 as we enter the bottom of the third inning. Farrell Hudson down on the sideline, and each baseball game so unique and the season lasts so long. The Commodores 0-3 against YD this season, but those games all came before July 2nd, the last one being on July 1st. Only 2 Commodores in the starting lineup tonight appeared in that game. It was Fabio Peralta and Braden Jeffries. How'd they do, you ask? Well, Braden Jeffries in his second game as a Commodore had 2 hits and an RBI, part of that 19-game on-base streak for Fabio Peralta. He also recorded a hit. Only 4 Commodores position players currently still on the roster have appeared in 1 game against YD this season. Gavin Gregor, Fabio Peralta, Austin Maley, and as we just mentioned, Braden Jeffries, and also a couple other interesting tidbits. 5 runs for the Commodores scored against YD in the 3 games previous, but since then, YD's ERA has remained really solid. 3rd in the last 7 days, only behind Bourne and Brewster, who hold the 2 longest winning streaks right now on Cape Cod. But for the Commodores offensively, they've been on fire this past week. 294 batting average that leads Cape Cod, whereas YD at 186, the 9th overall, and the Commodores 36 hits, the most on Cape Cod last week. Yarmouth Dennis 15, the last. Guys?
Thanks so much, Farrell, and we welcome you back to the bottom of the third. YD up 1-0 over Falmouth, and a great defensive inning by the Commodores. First pitch in on Gavin Greger, and it's 1-0. I mean, both that double play and the last out, the scoop by A.J. Putty, the throw by Farner.
Yeah, Farner deserves a lot of credit for working his way back and making a really solid throw deep in the hole. And that is a really tough play to make, and he made it accurately. The first baseman knows that that's probably not going to be on the fly. He's going to have to pick it, and Putty did his job.
1-1 count. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 2 on Greger. Greger was the only Commodore with 2 hits yesterday against Wareham. He went 2 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. That was actually his first walk of the season. He flies it high into center field. Tarnish sits under it, makes the play, and there's one down.
Greger raising his batting average to 250 after it was below 200 for a little while. And just so solid. Every facet of his game. He just missed that. It was a fastball right in the middle of the zone. Just got under it a little bit.
Greger on a 6-game hitting streak, every game since the All-Star break. A.J. Putty up at the plate. Back in the lineup after he didn't start the last 2 games for the Commodores.
I don't think he expected to appear yesterday, but he ended up coming in.
Went 0 for 1 with a walk. Strike 1 on Putty. In 12 games this season, he's hitting .225 with 5 RBIs, but still no home runs. 1-1, just low.
Yeah, well, the pitch before that one, when that was just thrown, you heard Jack Dahm and Paul Evans both telling Michael Trukerman that that ball was low, and it was. It was a good frame for Mateo Cerner to steal the strike.
Putty at 6'4", one of the biggest position players on the Commodores. Tommy Harrison is another one of the biggest at 6'3", 220.
Good power bats at first base.
2-2 count. The pitch is a check swing. It's rolled and it under the glove of Rhett Vaughn. The throw to first is still in time. Putty couldn't quite beat it out. And there's 2 down in the bottom of the third.
And a smile there from Rhett Vaughn. Is not often you see that throw. If it's a second chance thing, that throw is sometimes pretty risky, but way to stay with it there for Rhett Vaughn. That's impressive. That's the lowest exit velocity on a ball put in play I've seen all year. 31 miles an hour off the bat.
Certainly a check swing.
Yeah.
Dallas Brooks steps up to the plate. Back in the lineup after he was out yesterday. He was the only player that did not go yesterday against Wareham. Everyone else came off the bench at some point. But on the season, he's hitting .265 with 9 RBIs and no home runs. (2-0). In there for strike 1. YD with the only run of the game so far in the top of the first. It was a balk by Brady Chambers that scored Phoenix Call from third base. Swing and a miss.
That
it's 2-2.
An excellent changeup. Looks so similar to the fastball out of the hand, as it should, and just falls off a shelf.
(2-2) count. Brooks cuts and misses, and that will do it for the bottom of the third. Rhett Vaughn is on a roll to start his day. We head to the 4th inning. YD up 1-0 over Falmouth on Cape League TV.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Try it, then buy it. Rent a new cat for up to 90 days. Then apply 100% of the rental cost to the purchase and save. The Milton Cat Rent to Purchase offer. Try it, then buy it. Go to miltoncat.com/RPO.
At Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Reader's Hardwood Supply is a candy store for wood, whether you're a professional or an amateur. Reader's Hardwood Supply carries over 70 species of both domestic and imported lumber from around the world, displayed in over 300 self-serve bins for your selection. So for your next project, make it your masterpiece with stock from Reader's Hardwood Supply. The woods of the world are here at Reader's Hardwood Supply.
We are into the top of the fourth. YD still up 1-0 over Falmouth. That hasn't changed since the top of the first. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hillsman with you. Farrell Hudson down on the sideline. And it is a new pitcher into the game for the Commodores. Caniel Rosado coming in after his last start came on Thursday against Chatham.
Yeah, Brady Chambers, his day's done. 3 innings, 3 hits, a run. It was earned on that balk, a walk and 2 Ks. So a good opening job from Brady Chambers to limit a Whitey offense that's pretty potent to just the 1 run. And now it'll be up to Caniel Rosado, who's really been working on his stuff and has looked more consistent. But after his first couple of appearances on the Cape didn't go his way. Great outing and was awarded the win at Chatham on Thursday.
For Rosado this inning, he'll face Tommy Gooden, Mateo Cerna, and Reed Howard. Gooden, his first time up, flied out to left field in the first.
Really good strike rate from Chambers, too. 52 pitches, 33 strikes, exactly what he needed to do today.
Rosado's first pitch outside, and his outing is underway. Outside again, and it's 2-0.
Super close.
To Gooden. Rosado, a rising sophomore at UCF. He's the youngest Commodore by just 1 day. Florida native at Castleberry, Florida. That's just north of Orlando.
And big news for the Commodores right now in their push for the playoffs. Orleans, a 4-run 8th inning over in Cotuit. So Cotuit down by 4 in the top of the 8th.
A reminder, with a Cotuit loss and a Commodores win, Falmouth clinches the playoffs for the first time since 2023. 2-2 count on Gooden. Rosado fires. It's high. This spring with UCF, Rosado had 15 appearances, a 5.68 ERA. Held opponents to a batting average just over 200, though. Payoff pitch is hit hard into right field, but Gregor is right there, and there's one down.
Well, that pitch is maybe not the location that Rosado wanted it to be, right in a left-handed power alley for a really good hitter in Tommy Gooden. But Gavin and Gregor right there. Sometimes you have a little bit of luck on your side, and Rosado really executing his stuff well in that first at-bat.
Mateo Cerna, a rising senior at Alabama, committed earlier in June. Check swing, holds off, and it's 1-0.
And Rosado has this Really good splitter. Really low spin rate. Can use it to move down and away from a righty hitter in Cerna here.
1-0 count and a 1-0 lead for YD over Falmouth. It's in the dirt, and it's 2-0. Cerna spent his last season with Missouri and was eliminated in the SEC tournament. That's where former Commodore Anthony Diaz is going to play his college ball next season. And in the first matchup at YD, Diaz hit a home run against Yarmouth Dennis. 2-0 is fouled back. That was the second home run of the season for the Commodores. 8 have come since then. There was a very long stretch before Monday that the Commodores had not hit a home run until Carter White did it. The last time before that was July 3rd. In there for strike 2 on Cerna. Rosado walks around the mound a little bit.
It's been a well-executed at-bat thus far for Rosado. See if he can finish it off.
The 2-2. Outside, and it's a full count yet again. Cerna did not play summer ball last summer, but he played for the Minot Hot Tots the year before that. How about that for a name? 3-2 is flied foul out of play.
Yeah, the Minot Hot Tots in Minot, North Dakota.
I always wonder what a summer in
their
North
mascot
Dakota
is
would be
Tater
like.
Tot, which is objectively awesome.
They must have good tater tots there.
I sure hope
Surely.
so. Yeah.
Also spent the summer before that with the Boca Raton Blazers. Rosado deals. It's lined into left field for a base hit. Cerna gets the best of Rosado and a good at-bat.
If you're wondering more on that Hot Tots name, it's actually, I looked on the Minot Wikipedia page. It's a reference to a hot dish, which is a popular meal in the upper Midwest, which is basically just a baked casserole with a starch of meat and a canned or frozen vegetable mixed with soup. It's good comfort food.
Sounds like it.
Common version of it is a tater tot hot dish. I've never had it.
First pitch is low to Reed Howard. Howard struck out in the second. YD has had a base runner in every single inning so far. Just the one run. They've also had a runner get to second in every single inning as well. Rosado throws. Outside, and it's 2-0 to Howard. Rosado is a native of Manatí, Puerto Rico, which is about 45 minutes to an hour west of San Juan and on the northern coastline of Puerto Rico. Swing and a miss from Howard. Cerna on first base. 1-0 Yarmouth Dennis over Falmouth. Rosado deals. And it's 3-1.
Just a hair low. Rosado's hitting his spots. It's just the plate discipline for Reed Howard. And Mateo Cerna, too, has been tremendous. He's offering some really good pitches right around the edges of the strike zone.
Three 3-1 count. The pitch is hit hard into left field. Going back at the wall is White, and he catches it on the track, and there's 2 down.
Well, the wind, I think, playing a big help right there. The wind pushing directly against that ball. Reed Howard so close to his first home run of the summer. Yeah, the breeze kept that one in the ballpark, I'm pretty sure. It was a great swing from Howard. It was a towering drive. And Carter White stayed composed and made the catch over there.
Rosado has allowed 2 home runs this season in his 5 appearances. Brock Kettleson up at the plate, the 8-hitter for Yarmouth Dennis. First pitch inside. Cerna still on first base. Kettleson struck out looking back in the second. That was the last strikeout the Commodores pitching staff has had today. Strike 1 for Rosado.
Great sweeper. Perfectly executed. Crosses pretty much the entirety of the plate from the perspective of Kettleson. If he doesn't pick it up out of the hand, tough to do anything with.
1-1. Kettleson squares for a bunt. Did he offer? They say no. It was very close. But he just pulled that.
It was a late pull, but maybe right on the edge of whether it's a swing or not. I'm not sure what the point in time at which, I think it's probably when the ball enters the strike zone is what I would assume.
The 2-1. In there for strike 2. And Kettleson's down to his last strike in the top of the 4th. Runner on first, 2 down. Commodores are 4-2 since the All-Star break, trying to keep the momentum high. The pitch, off speed, just inside. That one really comes back, and for left-handed hitters, it's really tough to hit.
Almost caught the inside part of the zone, too. That would have been a pretty strikeout pitch.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. Just outside. Ball 4 to Kettleson. And Yarmouth Dennis has runners on first and second with 2 down.
Maybe missed by the narrowest of margins there. Whew, that was a close one.
The 9-hitter, Dante Vicchini, steps up to the plate. A big opportunity to open the lead for Yarmouth Dennis. The Red Sox on a 2-game losing streak, but haven't lost against Falmouth this season. It's chopped softly, just foul of the first base bag.
And for Yarmouth Dennis, who have left at or exactly 1 man on in each of the previous 3 innings. They want to clean that up, but also for Falmouth defensively, that gives you a bit of a boost going to the plate if you can leave these guys stranded aboard.
Vicchini, 9 RBIs in 17 games. The 0-1 is right up the middle. It might have hit a piece of Rosado, but it's tagged on second base by Farner.
Yeah, it hit his glove. Rosado, that's a 1-6 putout in the scorebook, and it tipped off the end of the glove and went straight to Farner for the step on second.
All that matters for the Commodores is that the out happening. It's still 1-0 YD over Falmouth. We head to the bottom of the 4th on Cape League TV. Rolling along at Gov Fuller Field, and we take a look at the Cape Cod Baseball League storylines right now. Harwich has clinched the playoffs. You know, they were on a 6-game losing streak, and then with their win yesterday, clinched the playoffs, so that's a nice way to end the streak. Then you look at the West, has to catch up. There's a couple teams in the East that have already secured a playoff spot. But in the West, it's just Bourne right now. Falmouth still has the chance, though, with a win today to do that.
Yeah, and Bourne with some teeth as well. A couple of comeback wins. I don't think anybody wants to face the Braves.
Certainly, and you look at the Braves in the standings right now. 9 points ahead of Hyannis in second, 7 points ahead of Falmouth. Now, we mentioned there is a little bit of a weird situation there where Hyannis has a better winning percentage than Falmouth and do have 2 games in hand on the Commodores.
Right.
But we will see how that pans out. Fabio Peralta up at the plate. Outside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, the thing about the standings there, Timmy, is that, like you said, Hyannis with 2 games in hand and the better winning percentage, but it would also be decided by a tiebreaker, and it's 2-2 between these 2 teams right now. Series deciding game on Wednesday at McKean Park. Should be fun.
For the 3rd time this season, the Doors will travel there. The last time they went was on Friday.
Had some fun there.
The Doors scored 15 runs, their most this season. Tied for the largest margin of victory as well, 8 runs. The other largest margin of victory this season was also against Hyannis. That one at Gov Fuller Field on July 9th. Flied out into left field. Going back is Vakini on the run, makes the play, and there's 1 down.
Great jump from Vakini. It's a pitch in the middle of the zone, a fastball to Peralta. Maybe caught it in off the hands a little bit and a little late as well. But Vakini tracked it down and had a great first step to the ball.
9 straight Commodores batters have been retired by Rhett Vaughn. The only Commodore to reach was Fabio Peralta to lead it off. First pitch strike on Braden Jeffries.
I think Vaughn is really hammering the bottom of the zone. That's where he's attacking. He's not throwing stuff up high.
0-1 outside, and it's 1-1.
Meaning his best pitches have been towards the bottom of the zone. He's missed high, but the stuff down low is the stuff you got to protect from.
It's flied straight up in the air, staying in the infield. Kevin Takeuchi, the 3rd baseman, makes the play, and there's 2 down. So the hit's not quite coming for Falmouth right now. Rhett Vaughn is dealing.
The 4 strikeouts as well, has not walked a batter. The instant reaction would be, all right, Falmouth needs to be more disciplined, but they have been disciplined. Vaughn's just making good pitches. Like that right there. I mean, it's if you're not looking at that, or if you're not looking for it, if you're Carter White, right off the bat, you're not going to swing at that. That's just a well-executed breaking ball.
0-1 pitch to White, outside. And this is a Falmouth team that, over the last week, has more hits than any other team on Cape Cod, 62. Now, 21 of those did come on Friday against Hyannis. 2-1 to White. But the Commodores have done a much better job recently of the extra base hits as well. Just catches a piece of the inside part of the plate. It's 2-2. The Commodores have 13 extra base hits in the last week, which is more than any team on Cape Cod. That's something the Doors struggled with earlier in the season. It's hit hard into right field, sitting up at the track, Souders. He catches it, and that ends the bottom of the 4th. We head to the 5th inning, YD up 1-0 in a low-scoring game over Falmouth on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group. at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Back at Gov Fuller Field, YD over Falmouth 1-0 in a very low-scoring affair in Falmouth, Massachusetts. Timmy Weiss and Andrew Hilsman with you. Farrell Hudson down on the sideline. And Canio Rosado is back on the mound for the Doors for his second inning. He got out of a jam back in the 4th. Wasn't the easiest situation, and been a little bit lucky to go off his glove and then get tagged onto second by Farner. No runs came across, and that's all that matters.
This is basically the same story as it was the last time these two teams met. And then Yarmouth Dennis scored 7 in the top of the 5th. It was a 0-0 game through 4 innings the last time these two teams met.
First pitch is outside to Jake Souders. The top of the order up for YD. Third time around. Souders has walked and also lined back out to the pitcher in the first. Rosado throws in the dirt, scooped by Brooks.
Rosado has to keep challenging the zone, though. He can't be deterred by some of the hard-hit balls that he allowed in the 4th, because he's getting outs.
2-0, there it is for strike 1. Souders spent his past 2 seasons with Samford, and in 2025 was a part of the Southern Conference All-Freshman team. 2-1, outside. He was the only player on Samford to start all 57 games of that season. Led the team with 22 multi-hit games. Three 3-1 is low, and Souders walks for the second straight time today. YD with another base runner to start an inning.
That pitch again just missed. Very, very close.
So the exact way that the top of the 3rd started with a Jake Souders walk is the exact way that the top of the 5th inning starts. Phoenix Call up at the plate. Throw over, and it goes past the first baseman Putty. He had no chance. Rounding second base is Souders. He's comfortably into third base. A throwing error from Canio Rosado. And all of a sudden, a runner at third with no outs in the top of the 5th.
It's happened a couple of times. I think Rosado just maybe short-armed it, let it go way too early. That's 2 free bases. Yarmouth Dennis is going to take good advantage of that, too. Not a team that you can allow something like that to happen for.
Big chance for Phoenix Call. 10 RBIs on the season. And it's 1-0. You look at Phoenix Call this season. tied for 8th in the league with runs, and a longtime YD guy after he played in 2024. Did not play last summer, but back with the Red Sox this season.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Call try and lay down a bunt here, and Falmouth is anticipating that too. The infield's in.
1-1, foul back. The last time that YD had a runner on third, Brady Chambers balked, which allowed Phoenix Call at the plate to score the only run of the game.
Brooks just missed catching that one on the foul tip. Just tipped off the mid.
Call today is 1 for 2, a double in the first, and then a double play in the third. Really is what helped out the Commodores in that third inning. A 6-3-2-6 double play. That's not something you'll see often. 1-2, swung on and missed. Rosado gets the first out at the top of the fifth. Still a runner on third for Jace Tarnish.
That is a strong fastball up in the zone. Got the eye level moving up, and Call with no chance to make any contact with that. That's a satisfying strikeout for Rosado.
First strikeout by the Doors pitching staff since the second in the first of Rosado's day. It's lined into right field by Tarnish. A run comes across to score in Souders, and it's 2-0 YD over Falmouth with one down in the top of the fifth.
Well, again, if you can limit it to one, that makes it manageable, but you have to prevent the big inning here. And Tarnish with the RBI single, second straight night he has had an RBI. He was my player to watch heading into this game, and he's doing his job so far.
Reached twice today. An error in the third allowed him to reach and get to second. Now he's on first with one down. 2-0 YD. Takeuchi at the plate. And it's 1-0. Rosado deals. It's low, 2-0. For the Commodores after today, they have an off day tomorrow and then play at home against Bourne on Tuesday. Wednesday, a very important game at Hyannis in what could be a settler for second place.
It's whether you get home field advantage or not in that
looking
series. Yeah,
increasingly very likely that Falmouth and Hyannis will play in the first round of the Cape League playoffs.
Yeah, a lot would have to change for that matchup to be any different.
Those two are separated kind of on an island in points. Here comes the runner. Brooks goes down to second. It can't be caught by Farner at short. So it's a stolen base for Tarnish. And YD has a runner at second with one down.
Gets rid of the double play, at least traditionally. Rosado just has to focus back in. Can't allow another base runner here via a walk.
Tosses back to second. And you have to think that a runner might see Rosado throw it in past the first baseman earlier this inning and be a little bit more aggressive on the base pass. So it's certainly something Rosado has to keep looking out for this inning. Here comes the runner towards third. Brooks throws it down. He can't get it in time. It's another stolen base for Tarnish. It is a strike, so it's full count. But with a runner on third, all it takes is a sac fly to score another run for YD.
full count is right at Rosado. He knocks it down to his chest and throws the first. It's off the bag, but Putty tags it. The runner does not advance at third. Take a breath, and there is now 2 down in the top of the 5th.
Whew, A.J. Putty had to get up for that one. That was a little close. And Jack Dom, I think, is going to make the call to the bullpen here.
It was extremely impressive by Rosado to knock that ball down and not let it get into center field. It was hit hard.
Yep.
So a nice play at the end of the day. But it would appear that will be the day for Rosado. There's 2 down in the top of the 5th. YD up 2-0 with a runner on third base. We'll be right back on Cape League TV. A big spot in the game in the top of the 5th. There's 2 down, and a new pitcher is in for the Commodores. Cal Travers enters with a runner on third for Yarmouth Dennis.
Well, Travers has really impressed me this year. Travers, through his most recent appearance against Chatham, it was a 10-4 win for Falmouth. The most recent time Falmouth was at home. There were 2 1/3 innings, a hit, no runs, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, filled up the zone. He's going to have to do the same today.
This is his 3rd appearance of the season. Tommy Gooden at the plate, a soft grounder foul. It's Jace Tarnish at third base. He stole 2 bases to get over there. Then a 1-3 putout on Kevin Takeuchi has made there be 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Falmouth trying to get out of it, keeping this game at 2-0. Travers deals outside, and it's 1-1. Gooden today is 0 for 2, a fly out to left in the 1st and a fly out to right in the 4th.
Yeah, but he's hit the ball hard, as he has done all year.
1-1 count. Travers throws. It's up the middle and into center field. Another run crosses for Yarmouth Dennis. It's 3-0 in the top of the 5th.
Well, this is how a big inning starts, just tacking on singles and letting guys get on and get over and get through on the base paths. Have to stem it now and give the batters a chance to answer in the bottom of the 5th.
Mateo Cerna at the plate. 2 down, a runner on first, and Gooden. 2 RBI singles in this inning is what's made it 3-0.
That ball was hit really hard, too. It's another situation. If Travers didn't knock that down, That was getting through, and he was unable to.
Cerna, the only player in this game with 2 singles and with 2 hits, of that matter. Outside, and it's 1-1.
Tight zone today, making the pitchers be very, very precise.
The pitch is high.
So far, that's been to the advantage of Yarmouth Dennis. Falmouth has just not been able to crack the code that is Rhett Vaughn to this point in the game.
Travers, a rising sophomore at Longwood, one of the few left-handed pitchers on the Commodores. 2-1. In there for strike 2.
I mean, Travers is not going to offer up a lot of free passes. That's not his game. He knows his job has to be just throw strikes as much as he can at this point.
2-2 count, 2 down, 1 runner on, 3-0. Here's the pitch. Flied out, pretty tough play in the gap, and it drops down. That ball is not to the track, but coming in towards home. The throw down at the plate is not in time. 4-0 YD. An RBI double from Mateo Cerna.
Throw just a little low, and Gooden with some great speed to get all the way around.
And the floodgates have opened up for Yarmouth Dennis in the top of the 5th. Very similar to what happened the last time YD was here on July 1st when they had that big top of the 5th inning.
It's the exact same movie. The 5th inning has just been bad news for Falmouth pitching against YD.
There is still 2 down, but Cerna's on second base, and Travers is trying to get out of this with no more damage. 0-1. To Reed Howard. Howard 0 for 2 today. A strikeout in the 2nd and flied out to left in the 4th. The 0-1 pitch. And it's 1-1. Travers spent earlier in this summer with the Tri-City Coalcats, pitched 20 innings with a .45 ERA. He had 26 strikeouts in that time, just 9 walks. 1-1 is flied out right at Gavin Greger, collects it, and that will do it for the top of the 5th. YD capitalizes, though, and puts on 3 runs to make it a 4-0 game. Falmouth is down as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Andrew Hillsman has you the rest of the way on Cape League TV.
It's up to the bullpen as we enter the bottom of the 5th. Always a lively group over there down the right field line. And a look at the Cape Cod Baseball League standings. It is close in the East Division. Just 2 points between YD and Brewster.
Sure is. And sorry to take our camera off the beautiful faces over there in the bullpen, but you look at the West Division right now, and the main thing is Hyannis, we explained this last inning, but Hyannis is technically ahead of Falmouth in the standings, even though they have fewer points because of winning percentage and because they do have 2 games in hand. That is why that winning percentage is better. And the bottom of the division is where it gets interesting. Catuit and Wareham are very close. Any of those 2 teams could make the playoffs at this point. We will see what happens.
And the first pitch, a strike from Rhett Vaughn, who enters his 5th inning of work. He's been marvelous today for Yarmouth Dennis. 4 innings, just a hit allowed, no walks, and 4 Ks. Another big development in the Falmouth side of things, as here's a ripper into right field for a base hit. Tommy Harrison has his first base hit of the day, and it's his 9th of the year. Hard hit ball right through the gap. It's a good way to start. But as we were saying, is that Orleans just went final against Catuit. Orleans 8, Catuit 4. So if Falmouth is able to come back and win this ball game, then they're into the playoffs.
There's a lot on the line.
They control their own destiny at this point in time. Matthew Farner with a ground out today. He's to the plate with Tommy Harrison at first base. The pitch on the way from Rhett Vaughn is a strike on the top end of the zone. So that game is wrapped up in Orleans. Of course, 3 other games going on across Cape Cod. Rather, Bourne and Brewster went final. There's a slicing ball into right field. Maybe some room to play it for Gooden, and it veers out of play. Brewster beat Bourne 4-1. Bourne held to just 2 hits. How good is Brewster this year? I mean, my goodness. 24-8 now. Same amount of points as YD at this point.
And this game becomes even more important for YD to extend that lead because
get it back,
Brewster now is tied on points with YD as we speak.
Lots still to be shaken up for in the late stages of the season. There's the 0-2 from Vaughn. It misses downstairs and in. The middle of the order for Falmouth has been built on exit velocity and bat speed. These guys, Harrison, Farner, especially those 2, Carter White as well, with really strong velocity on their swings, as Rhett Vaughn's going to get warned by Michael Chukerman to engage with the umpire and the batter before he starts his motion.
Well, there's really just a lot more power in the middle of the lineup in comparison to the beginning of the season.
Vaughn's 1-2 is a hair outside. Mateo Cerna stuck it there for a little bit as if to say, I thought that caught the zone, but doesn't get the call. Pitchers have been dancing all the way around the zone this afternoon. Or this evening, I should say. 2-2, a breaking ball, a ground ball to Howard. He flips to call for 1, over to first. It's in time for a double play for the Red Sox. 2 gone in the bottom half of the 5th. Easy pickings for Reed Howard, Phoenix Call, and Tommy Gooden. Jeff Lugi's had a pretty solid start to his Falmouth summer, I'd say. Wouldn't you, Timmy?
I sure would. I mean, what he's done over the last stretch, and you look especially at the Hyannis game, 4 runs. That was the most of any Commodore this season in 1 game.
4 runs, a perfect day at the plate. He reached base all 6 times he came up. And that marvelous offensive day for Falmouth earlier in the week. I believe that was just on Friday. And Falmouth's last home game was all the way back on Wednesday against Chatham. 0-2, a ground ball to the right side. And Calls got it Easy throw to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning after the double play from YD. We're through 5. It's 4-0 Red Sox. Top of the 6th coming your way. As we enter the top half of inning number 6, we remind you that Netting Pro Stadionic is the official netting and facility solutions partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When it comes to netting and building iconic sports facilities, it's Netting Pro Stadionic, making sports facilities iconic. I think Timmy might be a little impressed over here because I was late to get that ad read up on my laptop, and I got the first half of it from memory.
Yeah, honestly, I don't have
Didn't
that
miss
good
a
of
beat.
memory. I honestly, I could expect our sideline reporter, Farrell Hudson, to maybe have it memorized fully.
Yep.
But I couldn't do that, so well done.
Hey, thanks. I pulled it up just to get it right. I never like to wing things like that, but we've said that one enough this summer that it just my brain just turned on autopilot. It was weird. All right, we enter the top of the 6th. It's Kettleson, Vicchini, and then the top of the order in Jake Sounders up for the Red Sox. First pitch on the way from Cal Travers. Check swing, appeal down to third. Brendan Murphy says no, he did not go. We'll hear from Farrell in just a little bit. The left-hander Travers with a deep breath, and he comes home. Falmouth, that single from Tommy Harrison was the first base hit since Fabio Peralta, who led off the bottom of the first. It's been only the 2 hits on the day for the Commodores. Lefty-lefty matchup, and the 2-0 is fouled back.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to Rhett Vaughn.
Yeah.
Because he has looked really good. And this is a Falmouth Commodores offense that, other than yesterday, and I guess maybe Thursday against Chatham, has been very solid this week.
Everything's been clicking for him. And the pitching was tremendous against Chatham that Thursday as well, like you mentioned. 2 1s, waved that and missed. Count even for Travers.
But a 15-run performance against Hyannis on Friday, 10 runs against Chatham on Wednesday.
Falmouth run differential came out of the depths a little bit, and, well, yesterday put it down a little bit. 2-2, a ground ball and foul. Careening into the YD dugout. But Falmouth still with the second best run differential in the Western Division. Another 2-2 on the way. Cal Travers in his 3rd appearance with Falmouth. Strikes out Brock Kettleson right down the middle. 1 down, top of the 6th. That's the first strikeout for Travers today. And the second time Kettleson has been caught looking. Dante Vicchini with some good power numbers to the dish for the Red Sox. 3 homers, 9 runs batted in, but a 128 batting average, boom or bust, has been his season so far. Bikini playing in his 18th game with the Red Sox. He takes a strike on the inside corner, but 5 for 39. 3 of those hits have been home runs, and another has been a double. So just a 1 single on his year. A roller to the right-hand side. Lucci's got it, and he flips to first. 2 gone quickly in the 6th.
And it's big for Travers to go out and get those first 2 outs after going in the 5th and giving up a couple runs. You start to lose a little bit of hope when it was such a close game, 1-0 going into that 5th inning. But go out there, give your team a chance to get the bats going.
As long as you can keep it to a reasonable deficit, there's always a chance. First pitch swinging for Jake Souders, who fouls it out. Over to the wooden bleachers over there. I forget who it was earlier in the year, but there was a right fielder for a Falmouth opponent that was ranging into foul territory, made the catch on the run, and scampered up those steps.
Yes.
And somehow stayed on his feet. I don't know how he didn't just hurt himself doing that. It was unbelievable.
Forget who it was, but incredible play.
That was one, I think, maybe the most impressive defensive plays, all things considered.
I think the tough part about it is trying to balance on those bleachers in your cleats.
In metal cleats, right. It's metal
Very
on metal.
tough.
I have no idea how he didn't fall and really hurt himself. And Travers' 1-1 is a slicing fly ball. Couple of steps back for Gregor, who has a beat on it and puts it away for out number 3. A 1-2-3 frame in the top of the 6th for Cal Travers and the Falmouth Commodores. Bottom 6 coming up. Gregor, Putty, and Brooks to the dish.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field. A 4-0 lead for the YD Red Sox in the bottom of the 6th inning. Farrell Hudson down on the sidelines. And in that 4-game win streak for the Commodores, the top 4 in tonight's order, Fabio Peralta, Braden Jeffries, Carter White, and Tommy Harrison, went 23 for 70. That's a .328 average. Well, tonight, not having the same fortunes, only 2 hits off the bat of Fabio Peralta, a single in the bottom of the 1st inning, and Tommy Harrison single in the bottom of the 5th inning, in which he was eventually wiped in a double play. So those 4, once they get up in the top of the order, are going to be integral guys for a comeback tonight. Fellas?
And it is going to be up to the Falmouth offense to try and pick up the slack. Just 2 hits into this game so far, and we're into the bottom of the 6th, already halfway through. And Cameron Teeper into the game, the left-hander out of Cal Baptist.
And in this spring, had 32 appearances with 2 starts, 46 and a third innings pitched, had a 4.86 ERA at Cal Baptist.
So Cameron Tepper, a 5.40 ERA in his season with YD to this point. Making his 5th appearance, and he fires in a first pitch strike to Gavin Greger. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Not a bad strikeout number for the left-hander. And he's ahead 0-2 to Gavin Greger. Phenomenal start from Rhett Vaughn. Final line for him, 5 innings, 2 hits, scoreless, hitless, or rather 2 hits, runless and walkless baseball. There's a fly ball and caught on a run by Jake Souders. 4 Ks for Rhett Vaughn in his outing as well.
So far, every single inning, Falmouth has had 3 batters up, 3 batters down. Now, they've had hits, but you get caught stealing Peralta in the first. You have a double play in the 5th. Other than that, no base runners.
And this ball is hit well on a line out to left field, but it's going to be to the deepest part of the ballpark, and Dante Vicchini has the catch. That ball ripped from A.J. Putty, still looking for his first home run of the summer, came up just a little short.
And that was probably the crispest contact we've heard. That ball sounded like it was really well hit. And we talk about the wind today and how that is a factor. Possibly on another day, that might be out.
Yep. Wind blowing in. First pitch and called a strike to Dallas Brooks. Cameron Tepper, the left-hander, a couple of hard-hit balls, but atom balls in every sense of the word to this point. Tepper with a blue glove on his left hand, fires in strike 2 at 90. And Brooks is down on strike. So 1-2-3 inning, a very quick inning in the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-0 Red Sox. They've got 2, 3, and 4 with Phoenix Call, Jace Tarnish, and Kevin Takeuchi up to the plate when we come back.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Top of the 7th as we enter this frame. And as we go into the top of the 7th, let's take a look at the scores across the Cape presented by the Massachusetts Office of Travel and Tourism. It's been a fun day across Cape Cod. Timmy, what are we looking at?
It sure has, and you look at the West Division, Hyannis up 2-0 over Wareham in the bottom of the 5th. Hyannis possibly moving into second place with a win. And then Chatham is down to Harwich, 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Brewster has taken down Bourne 4-1, and then a very important win for Orleans over Getsuit 8-4.
Important in Falmouth's terms, as now with a win today, they can clinch their spot in the postseason for the first time since the 2023 postseason. It's been 2 years of a postseason drought, finishing last in the West. 1-0 count to Phoenix Call as he waves and misses at a strong high fastball.
I mean, it's pretty amazing it's been that long. Because on the Cape, 8 teams out of 10 make it.
That's right. Things still trending, even with a loss today. Falmouth still has plenty of chances to clinch that playoff berth.
Certainly.
The 1-1 from Travers.
I mean,
and that's fouled back.
You look back, and at the end of the regular season, you will look back on the 4-game win streak that Falmouth had.
Big turning point.
That changed the season.
Because the type of baseball that they'd been playing before that streak started was not all that great. The 0-2, a swing and a miss for strike 3. Call is down on strike for the second straight at bat. One gone in the top of the 7th. You go back to the couple of streaks that Falmouth has had in the negative on the loss streaks. It's not been huge ones, but a couple in the dog days of summer where just things didn't go their way. Wave and a miss on a strong fastball. Travers is humming at the top of the zone.
Right before the All-Star break, Falmouth went on a stretch of nearly a week without winning a game.
Right. Falmouth showed some resilience to get through that stretch. 0-1 upstairs. Starting to run up the radar gun is Travers. That his fastest pitch of the day at 92. A ball and a strike to Tarnish, who's out in front of it. Fielded on a hop, and Travers bobbles it as he was rushing off the mound. And Tarnish is going to be safe at first base.
And we'll see how they score that one, but a tough one for the pitcher. And Travers, I felt like he thought it was going to bounce a little bit lower. He just misjudged it somehow.
Yep.
Because it's tough play because he has to charge in, but still one that you would expect him to make.
I think the decision will be a base hit. An infield hit for Tarnish. It brings up the excellent hitting Kevin Takeuchi. If it is a single, it'll be the second straight for Jace Tarnish. Just before 8 o'clock here in Falmouth, it's a 4-0 lead for the Red Sox. And it is ruled a single. Tarnish has stolen 2 bags in this game, both the last time he got on board. Stolen 3, excuse me. That one sails up and away. Brooks somehow catches it.
Yeah, he had 2 stolen bags in the 5th.
Still second and third,
Second and
then
third.
was stranded on second after nabbing that base in the 3rd. It's been an excellent YD day all the way around. Looking for their 4th shutout in the last week. So 1-0's down, or the 1-0's down and away. Travers comes home, runner goes, the throw on the way from Brooks, pulls Luigi offline, and stolen base number 4 for Jace Tarnish this evening.
Shades of Pearson Reebok.
Yeah, all the way back in game 1 against Orleans. Reebok nabbed 4 bases for the Commodores in their season opening win. It's 2-1. And the pitch on the way from Travers upstairs above the letters. Falmouth has limited the walks, just 3 to this point. They've come at some inopportune times as well. 3 balls, 1 strike. Travers looks back at second, now he fires. An excuse me swing, a looper into right field, and Gavin Greger will pick it up. That in no man's land for a base hit.
I don't know if this affected Tarnish going around and possibly scoring, but Jeff Luigi at second base kind of pretended to field the ball, and if Tarnish was looking at him as a judgment point, it could have affected him.
Maybe not even Tarnish, but the third base coach probably making that decision for Tarnish as he's looking away from the baseball. Regardless of who's making the decision, it could have had an effect. All right, Tommy Gooden to the plate for Yarma Dennis with runners at the corners. Up and in, hello. Left-handed hitting power bat, Tommy Gooden. 1 for 3, an RBI single his last time up, and he cranks one into left center field. Racing back are Peralta and White, and it's going to one-hop off the wall. Peralta picks it up, the throw comes in, and 1 run does score. Jace Tarnish crosses the plate, and it's an RBI double, 5-1 Yarma Dennis in the top of the 7th. Takeuchi up to third base. And the hits keep on coming for YD. 10 on the day.
And a Commodores pitching staff that had been so good this week up until yesterday when things unraveled. And you just hope it doesn't turn into that right now. There's still time, and it's 5 runs now. It's a steep deficit.
Infield's in here with runners in scoring position and just the 1 out. A strong pitch to Mateo Cerna. 3 for 3, pair of singles and a double. Big spot to really put this one out of the reach if you're Cerna. And he swings and drops one foul right at our crowd mic.
Yeah, apologies.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Sometimes that's that'll happen. Yeah, that knocked it right off.
Bullseye.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, that was kind of loud. The 0-2 pitch from Travers, swing and a miss, strike 3. Second K of the inning, and there's 2 outs. Cerna goes back to the dugout without recording a hit for the first time tonight.
Now batting for the Red Sox, the shortstop from Western Kentucky, number 16, Reed Howard.
Reed Howard with a hard hit fly ball, or a hard hit line drive to Gavin Greger, who made the catch his last time up. YD 5 runs on 10 hits, Falmouth with just the 2 hits. First pitch upstairs from Travers. Falmouth has sent 18 hitters up to the plate through 6 innings.
It's unbelievable what Rhett Vaughn has done for this YD squad today. I mean, 18 batters and 18 down. It's crazy.
2 hits, both of them singles. 1-0 from Travers, downstairs on a changeup. Just by a hair. A big swing from Howard, who comes up empty.
But if you think about it, I mean, the YD pitching is what has made them so dominant all season long. Their hitting has been excellent at times as well, but the pitching all season has been by far the best.
It willed them to that excellent start in June, as that's a foul ball to the netting. Travers a pitch away from limiting it to just 1 run for Yarmouth Dennis. Two. A chopper to the left side. Couple of steps back for Farner. Hustles the throw, and he fires a laser to A.J. Putty to strand 2 men in scoring position. Just 1 comes across for YD. It's 5-0. Get up and stretch, folks. Bottom of the 7th coming your way on Cape League TV.
you'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Well, so far through this one,
I'm Jim
it's
Murray,
been
owner of
all YD. 5-0 the score. Five nothing the score between YD and Falmouth. The 10 hits to just 2 for Falmouth. That's been the game story thus far.
It sure has. The Falmouth offense has not gotten going at all, and it's been an excellent day on the mound from Rhett Vaughn. They've had no answer. 18 batters up, 2 hits, but 18 batters down. And now you're into the 7th, and you need something to get going.
Peralta 1 for 2 with that single, and then Falmouth just that 2 for 18. Harrison singled as well, but both of those guys were put out on the base pass. Peralta was caught stealing in the first, and then Tommy Harrison out on that 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. So we enter the bottom of the 7th. 5-0 Yarmouth Dennis. Happy you're with us here on Cape League TV. YD looking to break its 2-game losing streak. Falmouth looking to get back in the win column and clinch a spot in the playoffs.
The good news is you now know a win on Tuesday means a playoff clinch for Falmouth.
Peralta's going to square to bunt and take a curveball in the center of the zone. That's a great pitch to start the inning from Cameron Tepper. Four 1-2-3 innings in this contest for Yarmouth Dennis. And Peralta's down 0-2 on a couple of great breaking balls. Tepper's 0-2. Suspender to the left, it's foul. Tepper has not thrown a ball through 10 pitches. 10 for 10, pretty good rate.
Sure, Scott Pickler will be happy about that, and 5-0 lead, why not? Keep pounding the strike zone.
The 0-2. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout in a row for Cameron Tepper, dating back to the end of the 6th. And it's Braden Jeffries to the plate. He's 0 for 2.
The third baseman from Michigan, number 6, Braden Jeffries.
If it's going to happen, it's going to start building up pretty soon here for Falmouth. As the curveball misses inside to the left-handed hitting Braden Jeffries, who hits better against right-handers than he does against lefties. That goes for most everyone on Cape Cod.
Well, there's just such few lefties that are out there.
Right.
And you just look at the Falmouth roster, there's only a couple of them.
Sinker outside is 3-0 to Braden Jeffries. Yesterday broke his 19-game on-base streak and his 14-game hit streak. He takes a strike. Get me over fastball from Tepper. Tepper, a guy that seems to like moving quickly as Jeffries fouls it back. It's 3-2. Falmouth and the rest of the league, sans YD and Hyannis, with an off day tomorrow. As Jeffries swings and golfs one into center field, Tarnish is there, puts it away. 2 gone.
It's very rare to see Jeffries go 5 at-bats straight without getting a hit, going back into the game against Wareham yesterday.
Or getting on base at all.
Yeah.
Maybe a return to earth for Jeffries was in the cards, but that's his game. He gets on base better than most anybody in the country. A foul tip from Carter White, who has also had a hard hit fly out today. That back in the 4th is last time he was up. He'll take outside. With the way that Cameron Tepper is thrown right now, I think YD's going to go with his arm as long as they can. Heads up, and that got him in the elbow guard. There's a hit by pitch. First base runner since the 5th for Falmouth.
And finally, after 6 2/3 innings, there's going to be a 4th batter in the inning for the Commodores.
That's right. And it'll be Tommy Harrison, singled his last time up, ripped one through the infield on the right side.
From Miami, Ohio, number 36, Tommy Harrison.
Never want to start counting outs, but it's true that Falmouth down to its last 7. We'll see what Tommy Harrison can do. It's a manageable lead for YD as he takes a slider for strike 1. Very first pitch breaking ball heavy is Tepper. A 1. Outside corner, strike 2. Perfect spot. He is just dotting up and dancing all around the plate.
Dotted it, and they're all strikes. I mean, to keep
Painting the
doing
black
that is extremely impressive.
0-2 with 2 outs. Harrison gets a piece.
I mean, even with 2 strikes, these balls are maybe barely outside of the plate. A hitter has to swing at these.
Another 0-2 on the way with White at first, as taking outside is Tommy Harrison. Harrison's power has been well documented. The MAC Player of the Year, the Mid-American Conference Player of the Year. Crushed the baseball at Miami of Ohio this spring. 85 runs batted in, 17 long balls. 1-2, foul tip to the mitt, that's strike 3. We're through 7, top of the 8th, coming up for YD, looking to extend its 5-0 lead and holding Falmouth to just 2 hits. We'll be back in just a bit. The Sidewinder Ben Reimers into the game as the fourth pitcher to throw today for the Falmouth Commodores. It's 5-0 Yarmouth Dennis in the top of the 8th. And it has been all YD, as it has been for many of the Red Sox games this year. So it'll be a Stanford on Stanford matchup as the pitcher Ben Reimers out of Stanford and the hitter Brock Kettleson from Stanford. Kettleson, a two-way guy for Yarmouth Dennis and for Stanford. First pitch from Reimers, well outside. He threw more than he hit for Stanford this spring. Threw 31 2/3 innings for the Cardinal at a 7.39 ERA. Reimers is 1-0, misses outside. Reimers made a lot of appearances towards the start of his season. And a chopper to the right side. Goes foul, first strike on Brock Kettleson. A 10-hit effort for Yarmouth Dennis as we're in the top of the 8th. 2-1 below the knees. Reimers ready. Comes home, he's missed outside a lot of offerings in that at-bat, and he walks his Cardinal teammate in Brock Kettleson, Dante Vecchini, to the plate. Falmouth scoreless on the day. Just not much has gone right offensively for the Commodores. Kettleson with 5 stolen bags has not stolen a bag today. He's reached once on a walk. It was the second time he's walked. Reimers will try and pick him off over at first. Vecchini 0 for 3, but reached on a fielder's choice. And he swings and grounds one to the left side. Farner's going to step on second and just take the out at second base. Not trying to force a throw over to first. It's a fielder's choice again for Vecchini. And back to the top of the order for the Red Sox with 1 out.
And a smart play there by Farner not to force something that you don't have to. There's one down. Don't need to force anything.
And Jake Souders has drawn 2 walks today. Scored the second run of the game. That misses inside. Souders scored the second run of the day for YD. Good base runner aboard in Dante Vecchini's 3 stolen bases this year. An off day for Falmouth. This game ends a stretch of 7 games in 7 days. That's really flown by for the Commodores. Reimers the 2-0.
And even if you lose today, you still feel awesome about the stretch that the team went on since the All-Star break, because they've just played so much better baseball.
It's important to keep some of that heat heading into the postseason if Falmouth makes it, though. 3-0 catches the zone on the outside corner. It's always a game of who's hot, who's not towards the end, and one team that can just catch fire has as good a chance of anybody in a set of 3-game series. Runner on 3-1, the pitch is a strike, the throw is late from Dallas Brooks. It's a stolen base for Dante Vecchini, his 4th of the summer. YD has nabbed bases left and right today.
being very aggressive out there, and it's worked.
It's the sixth stolen bag of the day. 4 have come from Jace Tarnish, and a chopper foul to the left-hand side.
I mean, I think that's what you've noticed all season is a lot of the best teams on the Cape have stolen bags. Harwich, one of the best teams most of the season before their 6-game losing streak, leads the Cape. Brewster has done it all season long. Bourne is good with it.
YD right in the middle of the pack, 52 coming into this game, so make it 58. Another ground ball. Watch out over there in the YD dugout. Yeah, Harwich, before today's action, 97 stolen bases this season. The highest mark was Falmouth last summer with 83. 3-2 outside on a sweeper from Reimers. There's 2 on with 1 out. Just going to go back in time a little bit, see if this pace from Harwich to steal over 100 bags has been replicated anytime recently. Bourne stole 109 bags in 2023, so that's probably the closest Harwich is going to get.
And they won the whole thing that year.
Pinch hitter, a left-handed hitter in for Phoenix call. It is Colin Guerra, the switch hitter at Chipola Junior College. This is his 4th at-bat of the summer, and he's down 0-1. And takes the ball outside. One count from Reimers. He'll deliver. And it's ripped to Tommy Harrison at first. Over to second for 1. Farner's throw is going to be in time for a 3-6-1 double play. An excellent job from Falmouth to get out of the inning.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
We roll on here at Gov Fuller Field on Cape League TV. Happy to have you with us. YD 5, Falmouth nothing. Commodores down to their last 6 outs and on a day that they've only mustered 2 hits.
The offense just has not been working this game, and you only have a couple of base runners. The 2 hits, then you have a hit by pitch last inning, Carter White. That was the first time in the game that you had 4 batters in an inning. So you need some momentum. You need to have a run of hitters, and Tepper's not throwing any balls right now, so you're going to have to do it yourself, get some hits.
It'll be up to Matthew Farner to try and start a hit parade here in the home half of inning number 8. Farner will be followed by Jeff Luigi and Gavin Greger. Defensive substitution as well for Yarmouth Dennis. Cole Hansen moves behind the plate in place of Mateo Cerna. Big swing from Farner. He comes up empty. And Phoenix Call replaced, pinch hit for by Colin Guerra, and he remains in the game at second. Strike 2 on Farner.
You want to start to see the power from Farner because he's a guy that hit 12 home runs this spring.
And he fouls one back. More home runs than Carter White at North Florida, who White, I remember you talked about this during his debut. White actually helped him get to Falmouth. A little bit of a recruiting job from Carter White. Both of those players heading to SEC ball next spring. A one-hopper to the second baseman, Guerra, who fields and throws after knocking it down for the first out.
Yeah, Coach Dom had nothing to do with it, actually. It was all Carter White telling Coach, and then from that point, they were able to get him.
Jeff Luigi, a left-handed hitting second baseman against Cameron Tepper. This is only the second pitcher that Whitey has used today. An excellent start from Rhett Vaughn, who went 5 innings of 2-hit baseball, no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. That's a pretty looking slider from Tepper. Ethan Rucker starting to get hot in the Falmouth bullpen. 1-1 up and away. And a big swing from Luigi. Swings above the curveball. Doubled up on the off speed. You think he goes back to it?
I think he should. It's working pretty well.
And he did, but Luigi tipped it foul. Falmouth will get back in action at home against Bourne on Tuesday. Yarmouth Dennis has Hyannis tomorrow. And a curveball called strike 3. YD pitchers just hitting their spots today, and that one right down the middle, but it totally froze Jeff Luigi, and there's 2 out.
Just a nasty off-speed pitch. Tepper's dealing, Rhett Vaughn dealed. You just need some sort of momentum, but 5-0, and at this point in the game, it is really tough to convince yourself that you can get out of this hole.
And Greger swings and misses. It just has to go back to the process-oriented approach. That's what spurred the win streak earlier in the week, where Falmouth won 4 straight for the first time this summer. Greger takes down and away.
It's really just these last 2 games that Falmouth hasn't quite had it.
Right.
Because before that,
smooth sailing, pretty much.
Yeah. Even on Monday against Brewster, Falmouth played better than Brewster. They had more hits. They had more opportunities. They lost in extra innings. Then the 4-game win streak. And just these 2 games, including yesterday, haven't been the same.
Greger fouls the 2-1 off. Yeah, you're right. The momentum that Falmouth seemed to have been building is fizzled out a little bit. But if they can rekindle some of that fire and momentum next week, good things could be coming. There's a flared shot into shallow center field. It's going to drop in no man's land for a Gavin Greger single. Greger's aboard as the first base hit since inning number 5 for the Commodores.
extends his hitting streak to 7 games as well. Every game since the All-Star break, he has had a hit.
Since his return from injury as well. Missed most of June and the start of July with a hand injury, but is back as the everyday right fielder for Falmouth. First pitch to A.J. Putty, a looping curveball, perfectly on the corner for strike 1. The left-hander Cameron Tepper for Yarmouth Dennis fires in another curveball. That's downstairs. Yarmouth Dennis looking like the Red Sox of June in this one. Putty swings and puts one in the air to right field, near the line, and putting it away is Jake Souders to retire the side in the 8th. Still scoreless for the Commodores. It's 5-0 YD when we go to the top of inning number 9. As the new right-hander enters the game, it's Ethan Rucker for Falmouth. We have a look, Timmy, at the upcoming schedule for the Commodores. It's almost the end of the summer.
It's hard to believe, but after today, just 5 games remaining in the season. It's an off day tomorrow. Then you play Bourne at home, one of 3 home games remaining. Hyannis on the road on Wednesday. That will be a very big one. You play 2 home games against division opponents, Katuitt and Wareham, and then all the way over to Orleans to end the regular season. Hopefully that game won't mean too much, but we will see what happens over the next week.
Falmouth should, I'm not sure about all of the permutations and interactions with other squads, but Falmouth should control its own destiny pretty securely with a win this week. I think any upcoming win,
Any win
should
season,
get it done.
You clinch the playoffs because of Katuitt's loss today.
That would make sense. We'll double check it, of course. If Wareham loses as well, that could also come into play. Good play by Farner. He's going to make the throw. What a play from Matthew Farner. Deep in the hole in the center of the infield, spins and fires a missile to A.J. Putty at first.
Whoa, 360 Matthew Farner. Hello. That was a gun over to first. Impressive play.
Best play of the night for Farner, who missed a couple of throws and has just settled back in perfectly. He's totally made up for it.
It's a great point. I mean, those first couple innings, he had a couple throws in a row where it was just before the first base bag, and you almost were like wondering if there was something going on, but he has been lights out since. Made some really nice plays.
Ryder Robinson, the pinch hitter for Yarmouth Dennis, into the game in place of Kevin Takeuchi. An off-speed pitch from Rucker, down and in. Ryder Robinson, an attendee of BYU. Waves and misses at Rutgers changeup. Only in his fifth, or rather now sixth game, 15th plate appearance for Ryder Robinson of the summer. He has homered once and has driven in 4 runs. Just past 8:30 here in Falmouth. There's a swing and miss for strike 3. Ethan Rucker's got his first strikeout of the day. And 2 gone in the top of the 9th. It'll bring up Tommy Gooden, the dangerous first baseman. The day off maybe will help reset the Commodores into a fresh week next week.
That's something that Coach Dom always talks about, and making sure that you come back from the off day the proper way, that you really are ready and energized to go.
Swing and a miss at 92. Great spot at the bottom of the zone there. And it's 1-2.
That was something that was stressed since the first off day of the season. You remember they played Harwich after that.
1-2 upstairs.
Lost 13-0.
Right. Ethan Rucker hasn't thrown in a little while. And he misses down and in. Count runs full. I believe you have to go all the way back to July 13th when game 22 of the summer was continued after the rainout on the 10th, and Rucker threw in that game. And that misses for ball 4. Just a hair high. Yeah, it's been a tight zone all night. Cole Hansen to the plate. First time today for him after he was put in the game defensively in place of Mateo Serna, who had himself a great day at the dish. 3 for 4 with just the 1 strikeout. Tommy Gooden aboard for the 3rd time in a row. Got some close ones around Cape Cod. The other 2 games within at least 3 runs, and that one sails well wide. Almost towards our crowd mic again. And it's 1-1 as moving up to second base is Tommy Gooden. One from Ethan Rucker. The Georgetown right-hander misses upstairs. Quiet night here in Falmouth. Just the 3 hits for the Commodores. They'll be down to the last 3 outs when we come back after this inning. And a ground ball through the right-hand side has a chance to score a run. Rounding third and heading home is Tommy Good, and the throw is killed by the grass. And it's 6-0 Yarmouth Dennis. An RBI single for Cole Hansen. Hansen with his 4th run batted in of the summer, and Whitey's up by 6.
Just not much going right in this game for the Commodores. Even the balls that have been hit not as hard are getting through gaps, just dropping down.
Cade Carr up to the plate, another pinch hitter, and takes a strike. So Reed Howard will be replaced. Cade Carr out of Samford. In his 5th game, 9th plate appearance of the Summers, got 3 hits and a run batted in. And he cracks one foul on the left side. Count stays at 0-2. We'll hear from the 3rd member of our crew, Farrell Hudson, post-game. No balls, 2 strikes. Rucker looking to escape the inning with just the 1 run score, and he misses outside. It was host family night here in Falmouth, and to put it plainly, there is no Cape Cod Baseball League without host families.
Absolutely. Every one of these players.
Backbone of all 10 organizations.
100%. And Falmouth is extremely grateful for every single one of those host families taking care of these players to do what they do on a day-in, day-out basis out there on the field.
A 2-2 count from Rucker looking to escape the 9th, and he misses outside for the 3rd straight time.
Even me and you this summer are very lucky to have host families of ourselves.
Not with the Commodores, not through the Commodores, but the town of Falmouth not short on its generosity.
Oh, no. Not one bit.
Runner's going to be moving here with the full count and 2 outs. Outside for ball 4. First and second for Whitey. Their biggest inning was 3 runs. That was in the top of the 5th. And Brock Kettleston returns to the plate for the 2nd straight inning. Commodores have been strong defensively all season. The 2 errors today, not really a huge factor. First pitch downstairs. This outfield's been really fun to watch, Gavin. Greger with a strong arm and some great plays. Fabio Peralta always amazes out in center. Carter White has been just as good. He's got a cannon, too. Rutgers 1-0 outside. Good pick by Brooks.
There's certainly a lot of really good arms that we've seen this summer from Falmouth.
Especially in the fielding side of things. Remember Ryder Woodson's arm at short. 2-0 upstairs. It's 3-0.
Right, we've been lucky to see great
J.J.
fielding.
Kennett had a great arm. Jimmy Nugent with
everywhere.
a very strong arm, too.
Yeah, not just the outfield.
Right.
Infield, catchers.
Of course, your pitchers. The hard-throwing left-hander Jack Bauer at the start of the summer. Rutgers 3-0 downstairs for ball 4.
Yeah, Jack Bauer made his debut at YD.
He did.
In Game 3 of the season.
That was still one of the most entertaining top-level games of the summer. So Paul Evans is going to come out and talk with Dallas Brooks and the pitcher Ethan Rucker. I was asking, just had a curiosity question for some of the coaching staff. I asked Paul Evans what his favorite music was growing up. We were talking the topic of music at Wareham yesterday, just for whatever reason. But I asked Coach Evans what his favorite music was when he was younger. He said AC/DC all the way. And I asked him, I mean, they're still a good touring band. They're getting up there in age. But he mentioned he had never seen him in concert.
Wow.
And he's going in October for the first time.
How about that?
Yeah. Told me he's going to go see him down in St. Louis, and he's looking forward to it. But with his many years in baseball, that
it's probably tough.
It's definitely tough. He said it was tough to really make it out to many concerts. Kind of busy in the summer and really year-round. The bases are juiced for Dante Vicchini. Vicchini, a left-handed hitter, playing left field today. He takes strike one.
If you had to see one concert, what would you pick?
Well, I've only seen 3. I've been pretty short on concerts, but the 3 I have seen have been very good. Rutgers 1-1. Hit in the air to deep right center field. Ranging back is Gregor. This is going to drop in the gap and 2-hop off the wall to clear the bases. Rounding second and heading for third is Dante Vicchini. He will be in with a 3 RBI triple. It is 9-0 Yarmouth Dennis. This broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League, and any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Falmouth will still get to hit if YD gets to the 10-run run rule aspect of things. It's the top of the ninth, the runner on third as this one's flared foul by another pinch hitter into the game. It is Armando Briseno from Cal State Fullerton, the right-handed hitter.
And it's nice that there's an off day tomorrow to really try and reset from these last 2 games.
0-2. Definitely need a reset.
These last 2 games don't represent at all what Falmouth
I agree.
has done over the last week and how they've come out to play baseball.
They've got great potential, there's no doubt. It's just a matter of harnessing it.
Maybe being less streaky.
Right. But that's baseball. You're going to have peaks and valleys. A bases clearing triple for Dante Vicchini. He's made it 9-0. Here's a swing and a fly ball into shallow right center, and it's 10-0. When it rains, it pours. That's just unlucky. So Vicchini is in to score from third. And Briseno has his second RBI of the summer. Rucker trying to just escape the inning, and it's crushed into deep right field. That is going to drop in 1 hop off the wall. It should maybe score the runner, but instead stopping at third base is Briseno. It's a double, keeps the inning going.
They're just crushing Falmouth right now.
Second straight night that Falmouth has allowed double-digit runs. Just nothing going offensively for the Commodores tonight. And YD is just hitting the cover off the baseball. It's not an unfamiliar sight. It's a double for Colin Guerra. Caught a great piece of that one. So there's runners at second and third. And Rucker's ready to go. First pitch, or rather the 1-0's outside.
We'll have Farrell Hudson speak with Coach Dom after the game, and I'm interested to see what he'll say after these 2 games.
Yep.
And how this team can bounce back.
10 runs, 14 hits for YD. That's outside 3-0. Base open at first.
I think the thing you have to remember is that Falmouth is pretty much locked in to either the 2 or the 3 spot in the West Division. They just got to win 1 game the rest of the way, and it should be good enough to get them there.
Strike 1 on the way, and into Jace Tarnish, who's back around after grounding out to Matthew Farner at the top of the night, at the start of this 9th frame. And he gets walked.
Of course, it's still important to end the season out strong because you can get the home field advantage.
Right.
And you also just feel a lot better about your team going into the playoffs. And you can't have 2 bad games in a row in the playoffs.
And Ryder Robinson up to the plate once more in this frame after striking out his first time up. He'll take upstairs. Check around the Cape scores again. Hyannis is up 3-0 on Wareham in the bottom of the 8th. Chatham up 3-1 on Harwich in the bottom of the 6th. Those the only 2 other games still going. 1-0 inside. Bases loaded for Ryder Robinson, who takes strike 1. Yarmouth Dennis has always had a pretty tremendous run differential. Tonight is going to help that. Plus 86 at the moment, so if it stands, it'll be plus 96. There's a wave and a miss, 2-2. The next best run differential is Brewster at plus 54.
It's just nuts what they've done this season. And credit to Brewster
Absolutely.
for still breathing down their neck
Yep.
at this point in the season.
Rutgers 2-2. And a ground ball to the right side, stopped by Putty. It's going to be an underhand throw and well late. And the inning continues. It's 11-0 YD. Nothing really that Putty could do there, just an unlucky bounce of the baseball.
Just another painful hit to see happen. I mean, there's been some like that this inning, bloops and ground ball there that just doesn't go the way you want it to go.
And shades of the nightmarish 3rd inning a night ago. And it's in the top of the 9th at this point. Tommy Gooden to the plate, walked his first time up, takes a big swing at a changeup from Rucker. It's his first strike.
It's tough when you fall behind early in a game, and it was 1-0 for a while in this game. But you go down 3-0 you go down 4-0 after the 5th, then you really start to have doubts after no runs with an offense. It becomes really tough to convince yourself.
0-2. Missed outside. Bases loaded. Guerra at 3rd, and this one's hit hard into right center field, and it's going to drop. 1 run scores, jogging around 3rd and scoring is Jace Tarnish, 13-0. This is an onslaught. Second straight night that Falmouth has now allowed over 10 runs. And it's not by the free pass tonight either. Yarmouth Dennis has 16 base hits. Runners at the corners for Cole Hansen. tough one. Falmouth is going to have to just reset on the off day. Guys will go through their routines. Pitchers will get healthy and get rested, rather. Slider catches the zone. Good pitch from Rucker.
We've seen
thrown 50 in this inning.
We've seen tough games before this season. I mean, Falmouth had a 13-0 game against Harwich, and they've had some other big losses this season.
Good pick by Dallas Brooks to save a run.
But it's not often that you've seen two really big losses in a row. They've had losing streaks and times where there's been downs. But two really big defeats in a row is new this season.
The 1-2 up and in. Yeah, it is. It's game there. Falmouth has seen its fair share of blowouts, also its fair share of close games. But this game really just not working well in the inning. There is a swing. Brooks is going to hustle it down to first, and the throw pulls Putty offline, and mercifully, Ryder Robinson stayed at third.
I mean, yeah, wow.
It's a drop third strike.
Drop third strike. This inning just won't end right now. I mean, this is really rough.
Bases loaded again. That's a strike to Cade Carr, who's up for the second time today.
You know, actually,
second time in this inning.
The only other time this season there was two really bad losses in a row. The first loss was against Harwich, 12-3.
Right. Yep.
The second one was the last time Falmouth played against YD, 8-1 at Gov Fuller Field.
0-2 inside. $16 hits. I mean, Yarmouth Dennis, again, showing why they are one of the top teams. You can't discredit that. 1-2. And ripped into left field. It's going to score two more. Carter White will toss it back in. 15-0. This is the second straight night in which Falmouth's opponent has scored 10 runs in an inning. Here's Brock Kettleson up again. He takes a strike. So we'll check around the other scores. It's still 3-0 Hyannis in the bottom of the 8th. Middle of the 7th between Chatham and Harwich. It's 3-1. One is cranked down the line, but foul. Falmouth's going to have Dallas Brooks, Fabio Peralta, and Braden Jeffries due up, save for any pinch hitters that they may elect to put in the ballgame. Hard to imagine anybody else, but Cameron Tepper is going to come into this game. The 0-2, outside. Unless Yarmouth Dennis elects to throw a position player.
At this point, it's about focusing on Tuesday against Bourne.
Here's the 1-2. And it's put up the middle, and Farner fields and turns to throw. That's late. Bases loaded. Oh, they got him. Wow. Good throw from Farner to end the inning. Caught me off guard. That is the end of the top of the 9th.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
Armando Briseno into the game. It's a position player at this point in the day for Briseno is into the game. He's a rising senior at Cal State Fullerton. Spent 3 seasons at Long Beach State. Not a pitcher, but at a solid baseball program. Lots of history coming through Cal State Fullerton. Some excellent players have played there.
Cool opportunity for him to get to pitch in Cape Cod Baseball League. I mean,
to
that's a bucket list item for a guy.
Right. I'm excited to see
I
the
gotta go
metrics here.
pitch in the Cape Cod Baseball
He
League.
had an RBI today as well in the 9th inning. 10 runs came across to score in that 9th frame. We're in the bottom of the 9th. 15 runs, 17 hits. It'll be Dallas Brooks, then Fabio Peralta, then Braden Jeffries up to the plate. I believe it was 12 straight that reached base for Yarmouth Dennis in that 9th inning. So Brock Kettleson remains in the game as the right fielder, and there's the first pitch strike to Dallas Brooks. Cade Carr is at third. Ryder Robinson remains in the game at short. Brooks puts it into shallow left center field, and unable to make the catch is Dante Vicchini. There's a single for Dallas Brooks, his first of the day after 2 strikeouts.
It's third hit of the ball game for the Doors.
Yeah. I think 4th, actually.
4th.
Yeah, because Gavin Gregor singled in the 8th.
4th after that.
Peralta led it off with a single and caught stealing. Then it was Tommy Harris in the 5th, Gavin Gregor in the 8th. Off-speed pitch that the radar gun did not even pick up. The
52.
TrackMan. No, I think that was the throw back that it picked up.
Oh, maybe.
That was a throw back from the catcher. Off the hands, a line drive to second. Guerra's got it over to short, and that's not in time.
That was about one of the weirdest attempted double plays I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it sure was.
It's like they're playing a spike ball out there, like tossing it over to the shortstop.
Timmy, I know you're a good spike ball player.
Thank you.
I haven't gotten much practice based on the lack of beaches in my home state. As there's a swing and a fly ball into deep right field. Ranging back is Souders. He looks up. It's at the wall, and it's off the wall. Heading home and on the move is Fabio Peralta. He's going to score, and Falmouth has scored a run. (15-1) in the bottom of the 9th. Well, the goose egg's gone.
I think the thing I'm wondering is how the team is going to take YD sending a position player out to the mound, if this is going to fuel a fire at all for this Doors team.
As White swings and puts one into deep center field. Tarnish is there, makes the catch. That's 2 gone.
Because, you know, you could easily get
pretty angry about that and feel a little disrespected.
Right.
Have an extra chip on your shoulder.
At the same time, there's nothing saying that YD can't do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Beautiful off-speed pitch at 53 miles an hour.
And they should do
zone.
that. They should put out a position player in a game like this.
Right. You got, I mean, they're still trying to win their division. They don't want to burn their arms. There's a fly ball into center field. Jace Tarnish is under it, and the ball game is finally over. A 10-run top of the 10th, or top of the 9th for YD, and YD wins 15-1. Two straight tough losses for Falmouth, and an off day tomorrow.
A much-needed off day.
I would say so.
After those two losses.
Yep.
And we've mentioned it, but it is about figuring out how to reset.
That's
and,
right.
you know, the thing Coach Dama has told us all season long in bad losses that it's the same message. Nothing really changes. But I do wonder, after two losses like this, if anything is going to be said and if there will be any changes.
Right.
And you have to look at the game as a whole in both. And there were two 10-run innings. And the games are obviously much different if those don't happen.
Right. And this score looks a lot better, and it's in the top of the 9th. Wareham in last night's game, that was in the bottom of the 3rd, so Wareham put it away pretty early. This one was pretty much over at that point. It was 5-0 heading into the bottom of the 9th, and Falmouth had just 3 hits. So say what you will with that, but YD just, even before that 9th inning, it was an offensive and even more pitching, a masterclass.
You're also just talking about a team that still is the best on the Cape.
That's right.
I mean, they're first place and have been first place in almost every single category. Hitting, pitching, in everything all season long. And they've had your number all season. And it almost is a little bit of relief that you're done playing Yarmouth Dennis.
Right.
Unless you make it to the Cape Cod Baseball League Championship. And they would very likely have a chance of making it there as YD celebrates out on the field right now. And
so they move back into 2 points ahead of Brewster. Tell you what, though, that East Division race for the division title, that's going to be fun to watch.
It is. And
those
are two
high-powered
really
teams.
good teams. And
Great
Brewster,
teams, yep.
YD, they've been great all season. Brewster much more recently, and YD from the beginning of the season. So
Right.
we'll see how that shapes out.
Well, that's about all we have here from Falmouth, Massachusetts at Gov Fuller Field, of course, with production facilities provided by Falmouth Community Television. We thank them for their help in getting these broadcasts up and looking good as usual. Hopefully our crowd mic's okay down there. It took a foul ball, but seemed to be working well for us. All right, final score 15-1. Yarmouth Dennis scores 10 runs in the top of the 9th to put it out of reach. Off day tomorrow, and then it's back here at the Gov at 6 o'clock as Falmouth plays first place in the West, the Bourne Braves. For Farrell Hudson and Timmy Weiss and the rest of our production crew, I'm Andrew Hillsman saying good night from Gov Fuller Field.